racism. Come on, guys, relax.
Don't worry, Chad, I heard you. Hi, guys.
no,
What's
no.
up? What's up? I brought a whole panel tonight.
Over.
So-
Panel.
Who would like to introduce themselves to the Under the Tea peoples? Everybody knows
Akko.
Akko, so
Yes.
Oh, you can start with Akko. Yeah, start with Akko. Start with the famous one
everybody knows
first.
Oh, yeah.
Akko's famous here.
Exactly.
Of course.
Exactly.
Let's start
Aurora,
with
would you
the-
like to introduce yourself?
Fuck. You know what? The other person goes first. Ladies first, or whatever the hell you are.
Shiroy.
Fuck.
Oh, why does this happen every time? By the way,
Swallow
what
whatever is
channel are we
doing.
doing the stream on?
Oh, Under the Tea podcast. Under the Tea
Okay,
VT on YouTube.
Oh, okay, on YouTube. That's what I did wrong. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I've been thinking
Okay, so
about going
in the meantime, hello, my name is Shiroe Natsu, and I don't I'm not good at introductions. I'm not
This is my wife,
yeah.
Chat.
Quiet you.
We play
Uh,
Fortnite.
Oh god. Looking up anything that was such a massive. Okay, there it is. There it is. There it is. I gotta remember to. My internet is slow, sorry.
Squeaky
you're
voice.
good.
Ah!
Mhm.
Shut up.
Be nice, Chat.
Shut up.
Fortnite wife.
Okay, there it is.
exactly.
There it is. There it is.
It's a female. Be careful.
Alright, I carry you a ton, okay? Who's the real wife here?
Exactly.
Mhm.
I'm not good at this!
Come on, you can do it. I believe in you, child.
I stream on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. I mostly just do whatever. And, yeah, that's it. That's really it. That is all I have.
Truly the most popular
Next.
model of VTuber. Fuck you.
Next.
Alright, fine. Oh, wait, I can't say fuck on stream, can I?
Yeah,
Fuck.
you can.
Oh, fuck
You
yeah.
just can't say racial
Oh.
slurs.
Oh, you mean like...
Also,
Never mind.
probably should
Anyway.
avoid anything
Yeah, come
that
on,
would
you can-
come off as somebody trying to sunset themselves.
Yeah, you
Trying
can,
to what? Oh, right.
You can fucking say fuck as much as you fucking want.
Oh my god, that's
You
so
fuck.
edgy.
Yeah, you're just not
Anyways.
supposed to
That's
say it
so
in the first 5 minutes, but we have a 5-minute pre-stream. So,
Ah, dang it!
Oh, well, I guess we can't demonetize you then. Alright, so introduction. Fuck. My name Aurora. I stream on Twitch. I'm also kind of sick today, which is a very inconvenient time to be sick, especially like this.
what a
I also
baby.
draw. Fuck off, piss off, cunt. Wait, sorry, I can't say that either. Shit.
Oh yeah, the C word is like.
Homie's got that man cold.
Yeah.
You're not
Fuck.
allowed to speak Australian, unfortunately.
Yes,
Ah,
chat.
gosh,
Unfortunately, Lum Lum is away for the night. Lum Lum will be back
Yeah.
next week, unless something happens.
Anyway. Yeah. I was surprised he's not here, but yeah. Anyway, there you go. Introduction's over. I stream, I draw, and here I am, baby.
Well,
yeah.
chat. We got a little line of stuff tonight, and I'll get everybody's thoughts on it as we go. Obviously, the big story is AI is taking over and has finally claimed the first life in the war against humans. They are much more insidious than we originally thought. It will not be a Skynet robotic with takeover with guns. They will instead target our love lives. But
I
we will
mean,
get to that later.
psychological warfare has been effective.
Yes, psychological warfare
Wait.
is working.
Like it's the first thing you do in a war. You start by telling everybody, "There's no way you can win, so you should just give up now."
I don't know how many people know this, but do you guys know what America did in Vietnam?
No.
What didn't they do
Okay,
in
wait,
Vietnam?
hold on. We played recordings that sounded like the ghosts of the dead soldiers and maybe their families
Yeah.
talking about how they should totally give up because
Oh.
there's no way they can beat the Americans. Yeah.
So
It
among
didn't
some
work.
families in Vietnam, there was a superstition that people who died but were not buried would come back as restless spirits and roam the woods. So the American forces set up like very loud players all throughout the forest to play very loud, like kind of banshee wailing sounds to make the Vietnamese soldiers think that their loved ones had come back as restless spirits and were roaming the woods.
Yeah, but didn't the Vietnamese do the same thing with Hanoi Hannah, where she just comes online and says, "Hello, GIs, how you doing today?" and then just shits on them? Isn't that like similar thing the Vietnamese did as well? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, but most
That's
Americans
crazy.
are retarded and don't know when they're being insulted.
Oh, so that's saying
It's
that's
true.
fine.
That's the thing. Like this kind of psychological warfare just doesn't work on Americans. Because anytime we see stuff like that, we're like, "Oh, badass."
I wonder what Vietnam's current big city is called today.
She
I
totally
think
loves me.
Like, I think what's funny is America is one of the only countries currently that has psychological warfare that is also effective as real warfare, which is the A-10 Warthog.
I mean, that is a kill-all weapon. So
It is,
Yeah.
but the psychological part is the Burt. The fact that the Burt doesn't like show up till after all the bullets have already hit freaks the fuck out of people.
it's crazy. I love it.
Wait,
Wait,
is it?
what?
You guys
The
have not heard
Burt
the
doesn't
Burt?
Until after it's already fired.
Yep, it's
I'm
crazy
unfamiliar.
that washing machine company really put out a good gun.
Yeah. Did you guys not know the Burt? The Burt is the sound of the gun spinning down after it's already fired.
Oh, yeah. Well, I
Yep,
knew
yep.
that like the barrel drum of the machine gun did come from like that, but I didn't know any of this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so a
oh,
lot of people think the Burt is the gun firing. No, the Burt is the gun spinning down after it's already finished firing.
Yeah,
I see.
it's crazy. Again, really good washing machine company. Really good shit. They make great
They're
stuff
not
to
very
wash
good at
clothes
getting the
and-
bloodstains out, though.
Oh yeah, no. But he'll spin. He'll definitely guarantee that.
This one spins to make stains disappear. This one spins to make people disappear.
Pretty much.
I don't care what
Boy.
anyone says. I fucking love the Burt. I love that my
Oh, God,
country is the
dude.
one that invented the Burt, and it was invented by a fucking washing machine company. Eat your heart out, Europe.
Well, I mean, there was a time when Raytheon used to make microwaves.
There's
Now they make
used to.
macrowaves.
one of those companies right now is making like stealth planes. One of like those regular electric companies is making a bunch of the parts for different stealth bombers.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I forget which one
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, I heard of it, but I haven't been able to look into it more.
I'll have to
Crazy.
look it up because it's funny that like we just get these random ass companies and they're like, yeah, sure, I could fucking make you a
Dude.
helicopter. Let's go.
Samsung supplies all sorts of crazy shit. If you look into Samsung's production, they supply all sorts of crazy shit that you just don't know about.
Yeah,
It's like military stuff and all that.
it's that meme of the
Hell, they
guy
have
in the
their own-
supply line where he's like, guess we do it circles now.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, look into Samsung. If you have the time, go look into it. You'll find so many crazy things they get up to.
Doesn't
Guess
Samsung
we-
make tanks?
Guess we doing WMDs now.
Figure it out. I don't know. Dude, I had a friend who was like, I didn't know Yamaha's made musical instruments and shit. I'm like, dude, they make cars and musical instruments. That's crazy. And tanks. See, Samsung made tanks. There you go.
Yeah,
You know, that
apparently
realization-
Samsung is making tanks and howitzers for South Korean army.
By the way, the gaming company MiHoYo technically owns a nuclear power plant. So think of that what
I
you will.
mean, that's not that far out of the ordinary. I know that Google does too.
Yep. They all have their hands in something crazy. They also have their hands in some AI shit, but I can't remember what. But anyway.
I really hate how a lot of the times it feels like companies are able to just kind of get involved in stuff that may or may not make any sense for their business.
Well, no, it's because of like cross technology. So Samsung makes like, all sorts of high tech phone shit and whatever, right? You can slap that sucker on a tank and then they can AI identify someone's brain or something. It's like this cross tech shit. It's crazy. But it
I
works
guess.
when you think about it,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of works if you think about it. Like a washing machine company making a Gatling gun makes sense. They know how to make shit spin. What can I say? It
Very
works.
true. Very true.
Transitive property.
One of the
My washing machine spin, the machine gun spin. Same thing, right?
No, yeah,
Works
very
for me.
true. One YouTuber I really
Everything
like to-
spins.
one
You'll
YouTuber I
spin.
really like to watch is this guy that's like, oh, company, what do you make? And he shows how they were somehow secretly involved in World War II. He's like, oh, look at this scooter company like Vespa. They didn't make weird things. And then he shows like a motorized Vespa that carried like a tank mortar on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, I'm pretty sure that's not practical. And it's not.
It's not, but it's funny that it is. Hell, Toyota didn't know they were making war chariots in the Middle East. So make of that what you will.
My favorite
Wait.
two things is either you get the companies like General Electric making the A10 just because they make things that spin, and then the other end of it where you have like some super successful military invention that's made by like 3 guys in a shed,
Pretty much. There's a bunch of that too.
which would be the AWM sniper rifle made by 3 guys in a
Yep.
shed in Britain.
It's crazy if you think about it, but yes.
Have you heard that story?
Hey, it's like the AK-50.
Wasn't like the AK-47 made by like one dude and he was kind of high on something? I remember the story about the AK-47 being crazy as well.
Wait,
I think he was- I remember he was just like upset that guns were kind of shit and he said, I'm going to make a gun that actually works for a living.
It was made by Mikhail Kalashnikov.
Yeah, Kalashnikov, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Crazy shit.
Kalashnikov.
he
'cause the
named
whole
it. He
line of
named a
rifles-
gun after himself.
Well, the whole line
I
of AK
mean-
rifles are Kalashnikovs.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to make a gun that would define a generation, wouldn't you want it named after you? Yeah.
I would, yeah, I would say so.
I actually have a gun. No, never mind. I don't want to say that. That would dox who I am. I almost said something that would have doxed me.
Yeah, don't dox yourself. Well,
No, don't worry. I
this isn't a
was almost
doxing
there.
podcast.
Oh,
Oh yeah, no.
have you
My
guys
bad,
heard
my
of the meme of the Russian twinks when it comes to the AK?
The what? The what?
No.
So at one
No.
point, America actually gave Russia and a couple other nations like some of our own rifles that we were using in war, and the Russians basically gave them all back, saying that they were too heavy compared to the AK-47, and their soldiers were complaining too much about having to carry them.
Wow.
Wait,
So
really?
it led to a popular meme about Russian twinks with the American guys with their M16s on their back, and all the little Russian guys like with these scrawny arms, barely able to hold up their AKs.
They barely
Oh, that
eat.
just sounds so sad.
It is sad, but consider this: they don't even eat. They don't even supply their conscripts with food. So
Yeah.
I guess I can imagine.
It's so cute of them though.
Oh,
Guys,
But you have a very strange definition of poop, sir.
guys.
I mean, Russia had so many problems, especially in World War II. I'll never get over the fact that the BT-7 tank was known as a coffin for 5 brothers by the Russian
I
army
mean,
themselves.
Honestly, the Russian fronts were crazy. I know all the memes are like they're so badass they marched in, but they killed like so many of their own people by themselves, and then thought, man, we could totally win the war by throwing more people, and they did somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know where they got the people, but they did. That's impressive. That's the thing.
That's the
Everybody.
part that you always wonder.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Everybody.
Where they get the
keeps
bodies from?
thinking- Yeah, that's the question. Like everybody thinks Russia is so badass, winning every war, but their tactic is literally run until the snow starts coming in, then come back. That's literally all their strats. Worked on Napoleon, worked in World War II, works every time. Like
They just keep
don't-
sending guys till the problem goes away.
Yeah, pretty much. And if things get too hot, they just run away in the snow. That's it.
And then another revolution happens afterwards because all these people are kind of annoyed at all the people that had to die.
Somebody's
I
got
mean,
the
yeah.
weights in chat. The AK is about 8 pounds. The M1 Grand was 10 pounds. The M1A1 Thompson was 12 pounds. And the BAR was 16 pounds.
Damn, the bar.
Jeez.
Man, Americans really
bro.
do make things big, huh? Holy shit.
Dang, that's heavy.
It's fun,
I
but there's
kinda-
like an actual quote from like the Russian general where he's like, "Yeah, your guns are way better. They perform much better. They're easier to clean. They're easier to take care of, but they're just a little too heavy and nobody wants to use them."
Wait, hold up. I don't know if that's true because I've seen a tank drive over an AK and that thing shot fine. Like, I don't know about the whole built better though. That's something I'm not sure about.
No, it's
American
because the
better.
AK is simple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the AK is super simple, but the problem is like, it's just garbage. Like,
All right, you can drag the thing through the mud and it'll never jam.
Because
Never
there's nothing to jam.
You can do all the gun gore stuff you want to it and it'll never jam.
Actually, I've heard
Exactly.
AKs are really
Swear.
prone to jamming. They're just very easy to clean the jam.
Mhm.
I would not know. I've never shot one before.
Swear on Babushka's jam recipe.
Look, I'm not
It'll
gonna.
never jam.
I'm not gonna fault AK people because I like Chris Vectors, and I know Chris Vectors are over expensive pieces of shit. But I want
Chris
one.
Vectors and your shit taste exposed. Fuck you.
I want one
Shit
though. I want a
taste.
full Chris Vector kit.
Oh, disgusting animal.
Was it Porsche
Chris
or was
Vector.
it Pippa that got the Vector from their followers?
Fucking
Oh, I
hell.
think it was Kirsch that got it for her
I think it was
birthday.
Kirsch,
The
yeah.
cursed Vector.
Why does she have a vector?
Because she put a
Actually-
donation goal for it in her chat. Her chat donated for the cursed Vector.
So now
It's
she
got, like, her
legally
face all
owns.
over it.
She legally owns a gun with her face on it. Holy shit!
Yes.
All right.
That would be. You know what, chat? I wouldn't mind if somebody gave me a gun with my face on it. At that point, I
Fucking
would
hell.
trust you to give you my address because I would assume that you wouldn't use it on me. So,
You know what?
You know.
But give me a new iPad with my face on it. I need to draw more shit anyway.
You know what? At that point, I'll take the risk.
At that point, I'll take
I-
the risk for a gun with my face
All
on
right,
it.
you
I was
would.
gonna s- Oh, go ahead.
It
I
wasn't a
shouldn't continue
donation,
this
it was a gift. I thought it was a
Either way.
Straight
dono
up.
goal.
I thought
Either
her
way,
dono
I'll
goal was to
take
get a
it.
Razer mouse. Oh yeah, I agree. I'll take it too.
No, she
I know,
really
I
wants
know.
Razer to do a collab with her.
Someday.
Someday.
She's been
Someday.
doing it constantly, tweeting about it once every day about it.
I asked her about
Hey,
that. and
look.
She's just very passionate about Razer.
Oh hey, look at that. It's Asmon Gold and his
He's reacting
Roach Empire.
to Course's Vector, which here I will show chat real quick. The Course Vector.
It doesn't look that.
That is
bad.
Doesn't
so
look that
peak.
bad. It looks like a Call of Duty skin though.
Wait a minute. Does it take what are those mags that it takes?
It's 9 mil, right?
Those look
Yeah, what-
like fucking 511. No, not 511.
But she
Shit,
got
how
the
small is this
full
caliber?
Vector kit with extra mags, with the extra barrel. The barrel has engravings on it, which say gonna do the fox things.
Gee.
Damn. If anyone tries to run her fate, they better be packing.
One day, she's gonna retire, and that thing will be worth a lot of money to someone.
It's gonna be an heirloom. That's what I say.
It's worth a lot of money now.
And you put the fox in your house.
I mean, at least this is pretty base stuff. I'll give her points for this. Not bad.
It's gonna do fox things.
It's gonna do fox things, like go out and buy a Vector.
Jeez.
Okay. Since we're on this topic,
Yeah.
if you guys could outfit a gun like this, which gun would it be?
Vector.
Mateba
I
Unipa.
bet. M1911. I love the classics.
1911.
with.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would probably
I've
do a
always loved
Glock.
Yeah.
know.
Ugh, disgusting.
Well, you don't like
They're
Glock?
not-
Fuck
Glocks.
Glocks.
Some Glocks are solid. Come on.
I hate Glocks.
Glock is
Okay,
a little
you
bit
have me.
basic.
You
I mean,
don't.
yeah, it's basic,
no,
but it's
no.
what a lot of cops like to use.
It's true.
That is true.
because
That
it's
is
easy.
the
It
of course.
is an easy.
Sure.
It is an easy
Sorry.
gun to use and maintain. So, sorry.
Look, if I can choose any gun I want, and it's gonna be like in a full Mizu kit with all the attachments, It's gonna be an M1 Grand just for the ping.
Oh yeah, that's actually
Load it 1 bullet at a time every time. Just
Need
for the
that
ping.
ping.
Now,
and what's the name of that revolver? Fuck, what was it called? The Peacekeeper revolver. That's also one I want. Just to
The
twirl
single
it
action
around.
army, or
Yeah,
no?
single action army. Yeah. That
Now,
motherfucker,
granted-
I love it.
oh, sorry. I was just gonna say,
No, go on,
granted,
go on.
I would only choose the Glock as a sidearm. I don't know what I would choose for like a big thing. But I
This
imagine
one?
it would be
Peacekeeper?
something that looks pretty.
Yeah, that's the gun I want.
The
That's
Colt
No.
single action army.
Look, if
The
you're gonna
greatest
get a
gun never
revolver,
made.
You have to get a judge.
Nah, that's just a shotgun in the head. Fuck you. That's
Like,
just a shotgun.
Man.
Wait, what? You don't want to break your wrists with every shot? Come on.
Just get a Bronco or something. Fuck, you just need the stopping power.
Here, you wanna break your wrist?
You don't want your.
There it is.
What
the
the
hell is
fuck is
that?
that?
This is
The 50 cal.
a 50 BMG handgun known as the Thunder Gun.
Jeez.
There is no way that any normal person one hands that and doesn't end up losing a tooth from it.
This
That is
was
crazy.
originally made for the United States military with the idea that it would be used for close quarters combat to shoot through doors and walls.
I
Jeez,
imagine it
man.
through your arm
I-
as well.
You can see
I
with this
call
guy
it-
holding it right here just how big this thing is.
I call it the compensator.
I mean, when they said overcompensating, they meant it. Oh wait, no. There's a handgun called the Alien. That's another one I was very interested in. It looks really stupid, but kind of cool also.
Where is it? There's a video somewhere of a guy actually shooting it, and the plume of fire that comes out of it is, I think, about 20 or 30 feet long.
Jeez.
Suffice it
I'm
to
a-
say, even after finishing development, the United States military decided not to use this.
Yeah,
Dude,
because their arms are gonna go away.
Do you want to know what the biggest problem with this thing is? Unironically,
What?
the barrel's too short.
Yeah.
You're gonna get like no range out of this.
That's why they started making ones like this, where the guy has like this weird.
Yeah, and
whatever
that's
the
not
fuck
even.
going on.
I don't even. That
Man,
looks
the-
more like
the
a
point-
carbine than a pistol. Like, at least in my
That defeats
opinion.
the point of the design in the first place.
Yeah, like that's not even a pistol at that point. That's just the shortened 50 BMG gun. 50 BMG.
That's just pretty much. You just
Close
God, it's such a
counters.
dumb
Yes,
design.
it was originally made for not just close quarters. It was made for indoors close quarters.
Can you just imagine? You just get freaking decked in the face with that thing trying to shoot someone.
You fuck, dude. You
It
would
is
take out two
breech
people.
loaded, and it does just straight up use 50 cal rounds.
Okay,
It
look.
would take out two people with one shot. I'll give you that.
Okay. I'll give it one thing. That thing does basically eliminate any need for lock picking.
I mean,
At that
so
point,
does
he
like
can have
maybe
my
C4
stuff.
or something.
It's gonna
Listen, if
take
you come into
out
my
like
house-
half the door.
If
I'm
you come into my
surprised
house with
people in
that, you can
chat
have
didn't
it.
know this gun existed. You can still buy them. They're still making them. The company that
I have
designed it still sells them.
I have seen it before.
I thought it was a joke, by the way. I didn't think it was real.
No, you can go buy one right now. I don't know how expensive they are.
Hey,
It can't be that
Fucking hell.
expensive. It's just a breech load pistol.
So it's a 50 caliber breech load pistol.
Yeah, but it's
My
got no
skinny
barrel or
arms will
anything to
break.
it.
I mean, wouldn't that make it legal in a lot of states because it's got no barrel and stock or whatever the fuck it is? I know there's some gun laws that said no barrel, no stock or some shit.
Yeah,
for what
makes
it's
it
worth,
illegal gun.
I wouldn't use it for home defense.
I feel
I
like you
would.
got a point here.
Yeah.
I feel like you got a pretty big point here.
using a
I'm
BMG
just-
50 caliber in my home, just as the founding fathers intended.
I mean, yeah, the founding fathers intended it. Listen,
They
I want to go
intended
to
blow
I
your
take
arms
aim and
off.
fire at the first ruffian. A 30-foot plume of fire engulfs my house, and I break both of my wrists.
I'm just
He's
saying
dead
that's
on
why
the
I want to move
spot.
to America. that copy pasta is why I want to move to America. I want to legally own a musket and for home defense.
Both
But
of my
apparently
hands
in
are
Asia, you're
broken,
not
so
allowed
I
to do
activate
that.
the Claymore Roombas, completely decimating my entire first floor.
God,
Just
God,
down
no.
here.
And then I go to the Gatling gun mounted atop my my stairs.
It's just a makeshift washing machine with the bullets on it.
Hey,
There you
Gatling
go.
guns are legal. Gatling guns are legal. They are technically like the crank-based Gatling guns are completely legal to own. You don't need any licenses.
Crank base. Can your
Yeah.
skinny arms spin that thing? Holy shit.
Come on, it's just a crank. Come on.
How bad could, like, I gotta crank real hard. I'm gonna get some muscles after a while. Holy
I
shit.
Yeah,
feel like-
seriously.
The
I feel like,
third ruffian
uh,
attempts to run from my house. I activate my dead man switch nuke in the backyard.
Okay. You were saying, Akko? You were
You're
saying,
legally
Akko, was
obtained
that?
uranium.
You're legally obtained uranium. But wasn't there like some dude who just got random uranium or
Wait.
some shit in his basement, whatever? I remember stories about that. Crazy, crazy stuff in America. Oh,
Okay, gotta look it up. Gotta look it up. Okay, you can buy uranium on Amazon. Cool.
Well, I think
You're
it's
fuck-
not as deadly.
It's
obviously I don't
unprocessed
know.
though, so you're gonna have to process it yourself.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Is it's unprocessed. My guess is that it still probably could kill you. So you probably shouldn't. So, speaking of which, I think somebody put that on my throne to just buy me uranium, and I'm just like, what do you want me to do with this?
I
I don't know.
don't know. Get irradiated.
Well, I'm already pretty irradiated. I have a Twitch channel.
You just get it.
That
You just
is
get it. You just get it. If somebody's gonna send it to you, and it's gonna come with a note saying "Get irradiated," you freaking loser.
Well,
Oh
so
my
and I
God.
figured this out. Somebody told me that they when you order through fucking Throne, I don't think you can put custom messages into the. Now, obviously, I don't know if anybody's tried, but I don't think you can put custom messages into the delivery. I just think it just gives it to you, no matter what.
Someone please throw me a Gatling gun. I would love to own one.
Dude,
For home
if Throne let you buy that based,
I would love to own one.
I still want to own
Sadly-
a tank.
I need to
Sadly
get a
for home
hold of a tungsten cube so I can ascend to godhood.
Chad,
Wow.
that's how we're gonna one-up Kirsch. You guys are gonna buy me a tank.
Buy
technically
you
it
a
is legal.
tank.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
be
yeah,
honest with you,
it's legal.
Mizu. You get that tank and you are instantly doxxed.
I don't care.
But you will have a tank.
Well, okay.
Like, what are you gonna say to me
Yeah, like,
at
what
that
are you gonna
point?
do? You're gonna show off at my house? I've got a fucking tank, bro.
yeah, Shiro, I don't think you understand just how little music will care at that point. At that point, it doesn't matter.
I've got the tank.
I have a tank. Your
But
arguments
you've
are
destroyed.
invalid.
But you've destroyed the. You've broken the illusion.
It's okay.
Of
I'll get
what?
like a decked out
You get a-
Mizu tank.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say you gotta get it
Mizu
decked
wants a
out.
Freebrams.
Yeah, see?
You know, like seriously.
Chat, I will take an old World War II tank. If you guys can get me a fucking tiger over here, I will be the happiest fish in the world.
This fucker's gonna get the vaping Cromwell, I'll tell you that. That thing's gonna start vaping the entire. You'll know Mizu's nearby when there's a vape cloud when his tank rolls on.
If people
I'll be
could
honest-
give
Why
me
is
a
there-
Tog as a meme, I would die.
Oh no, fucking
Yeah.
hell.
We all know the reason why Mizu wants a tank is so that he can recreate Girls and Panzer.
Yes.
Fucking based.
And
I'll
in
be
my
honest with
state,
you, I'd
it's
be
legal
down.
to drive a tank on the road as long as I get rubber treads and get a license for it.
You're not
You'd
wrong.
be like the legal version of Killdozer.
Yeah.
Yeah, legally. It's hilarious if you think about it.
Girls
Oh
and
god.
Panzer fan. I have watched everything there is to know about Girls and Panzer.
You still need
You
to
know
sit
why-
down and show me.
Yeah.
I don't know why that doesn't surprise me that you're a big Ghost and Panzer fan.
You get your
Like, I
hat
don't know
to
why.
go along with it.
Sounds about right.
Look, if
I
I
would love
could
it.
choose my dream tank, chat, it would be the PZ4 with the spaced armor. Oh, the spaced armor is gorgeous. Fucking love that shit.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
just take one of those British ones.
I'll tell you right now. I already
Just
got
don't
your
get the
Christmas
French
present. That's a
ones.
little expensive for me, but I'll consider looking at a tank next year.
Oh,
Give me a
guys, here you
Russian.
go. This is
Give
the
me a
tank I
Russian
want,
tank.
chat.
That's crazy.
The one with the spaced armor
Nah.
on it. Oh, they're
Ooh,
so
that does
beautiful.
look good though. Nerd. But they're fair.
Yeah, look at this. Oh, look at the spaced
That
armor.
looks nice. Yeah, looks
Oh.
nice.
It adds so
I
much
won
depth.
I won my Russian tank, and I want the gear to be reversed, so that way in order to stop the tank, my foot has to be on the pedal. So if I die, that tank's gonna keep going forever. I want that kind of tank.
Did you get that thing I sent you, Mizu? I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about specifically.
Mizu gets too much messages.
I made a Cybertruck a real Halo Warthog and mounted a 50 cal on the back of it.
Sounds about right.
I
Oh,
saw
God, my
that.
voice.
I'll be
Trying
really
to
honest.
pick up girls in the tank.
I have a friend who's super into Halo, and he said that the only real use for a Cybertruck is to make it look like a Warthog.
I
And I'm gonna
mean,
be honest,
they're
I
not
have to
wrong.
agree with him.
I'm in agreement as well. It does look
If-
like a warthog.
I'll get you a
It's
a very
Stug.
low
I'll be
poly
happy
one.
with the Stug.
I think people would be more inclined to buy the Cybertruck if it freaking ran on gas.
People would probably buy the Cybertruck if it actually worked.
I
Ugh,
think it
God.
does. It just doesn't work very
I'm just
well.
just rip out the electronics, and I think you got something good there. You know, like I kind of like the aesthetic of it. I just don't like the whole electric and all those computers and stuff in it to overcomplicate it and make it
You
way
know-
too expensive to repair.
You kind of sound like an old woman saying that. It's like, I don't want these old electronic things in my car. I just want to
I
drive a
agree.
classic thing.
You know what? You know what? I don't care. I don't care.
All right, we get it. You're a hag. Relax. I'm kidding. I joke.
Just
Lolly
because
hag.
I don't wanna, just because everybody's gonna start judging me, just because I don't want the government to be making sure the like watching every single thing I do in my
They
car.
already are. They know. It's too late.
They don't, because my car is freaking old.
Yeah, get yourself one of the war chariots from the Middle East. Get Toyota pickup.
Ooh,
That's
there's a
what I'm
Panzer
gonna
IV
use.
for sale for 45,000.
Oh my god.
What? That's cheap.
Yes.
Oh,
That's pretty
a lot
cheap.
of World War II tanks you can buy for about the price of a car.
Actually, probably more fun than owning a car, to be honest.
Exactly. I
I'll
don't know
be
how
honest, I
expensive
would-
it is to get the treads replaced with rubber ones, though. But I know in my state, if I want to get a license plate for it, all I have to do is file with the DMV.
I mean, would you say no?
No, of course not. The
Where would
two
you put the
parts I
license
would be
plate?
super concerned about is you were supposed to get the turret locked in place, and you're supposed to get the barrel soldered shut.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. You're not allowed to have a fully functioning tank, unfortunately.
Can't you just
sadly.
promise that you won't put fucking tank mortars in there?
I promise, Your Honor, I won't fucking use
Here's
this
my, I
thing for
promise I
anything.
won't use this.
Oh
I
god,
mean,
yeah,
I
it's
promise,
definitely
Your
gonna
Honor, that I will not be a reasonable person forced to do unreasonable things.
There is a guy that when he got a tank, he made an insert for the barrel that made it look like it was soldered shut when it really wasn't. And he got like a special locking mechanism for the turret that would make it look like it was permanently locked, but he could pop it out if he knew how to like hit it right.
Uh-huh.
And then at some point he got arrested because he went on a rampage with it.
Oh no.
Of course he would. Why wouldn't he? I mean, really, wouldn't you? Why wouldn't
You
you?
can have a fully functioning tank, just not a road-ready one. Exactly, but what's the fun if I can't drive around town in my tank and freak the fuck out of people on the road?
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
okay, yeah, no, it'd be pretty sick if you could, because like then
I
you
want
could
to
just
go to
like, you know,
Walmart in my tank.
you can swing the barrel around to freak people out.
Well, here's what you can
And
do. Swing the barrel around
then if you're
Oh, go ahead.
And then if you're illegally parked, the police just gonna there's gonna be so much red tape. There's no way they're gonna be able to tow it before you can get it moved.
Also, I'm just gonna be like sitting on top of the tank while they're looking at it and be like, "Go ahead, boot me. I dare you.
Go ahead, I dare you.
Ass
Yeah,
boot.
sounds about right.
Boot me.
Oh,
I dare
man.
you."
How would you
I
do
didn't.
something like that? I'm very curious.
Yeah, I'd like to see you put your clamp on this tank, sir.
I'm like
wanna see.
90% sure at that point they're just sending the ticket to my home. Or they're like taping it to the side of the tank.
This just Mizu, you need to. Okay, I want to make a pact right now. We will all, me and you at the very least, need to have a tank so that we can recreate things after you show me Girls and Panzer. I'm willing to, once I am no longer in debt, get into debt for a tank.
Well, if we get like a BT, if we get like a BT model, the Russian models typically go for like 10 to 20k.
You know, that's actually pretty cheap.
I'll be honest.
That's actually cheaper than most cars nowadays.
That's cheaper than my car's current like payoff.
The problem
Which is
with any
hilarious.
tank is a lot of those are still over in Europe. So you'd either have to find an American who wants to sell one, or you'd have to pay like the imports to get it overseas.
Which
And
is
I'm sure
annoying,
that's a
by the way.
bitch.
Which is
Importing
probably
a tank.
still gonna come out to a lot cheaper than buying
Yeah.
a new car nowadays.
Somehow, yes, that is also true.
Mizu needs a Sherman. Oh, I probably could get a Sherman. Do we have Firefly models for sale?
Probably.
Oh, I don't know like how many America still has over here, because I know we just dumped a bunch of them in Europe at the end of the war. We just said, fuck it, you guys can have them.
Sounds like a normal thing in Europe.
They got shipped around to all kinds of places in Europe. Like a bunch of Japan and China's first model tanks were just American tanks that were retrofitted.
Sounds like something I'd expect. Yeah.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
Weird.
There are weird things in this world.
The Shermans were super popular in both like Europe and Japan for just retrofitting. And then the fucking Europeans tried to pretend like they made it. Fuck off.
Hey, they are the definition of stolen valor at that point.
They didn't even
Very
change
much
it that
so.
much. I think they just put like a slightly smaller turret on it.
Mm-hmm.
But at that point, they're just making it worse.
Exactly. Oh, fun fact.
Well,
All British tanks, as of the end of World War II, are legally required to be outfitted with a tea-making kit inside.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's a government requirement.
Apparently
so.
Law.
Bureaucracy.
Theocracy.
You know, guys, this is a really, really good, really effective tank. But I don't see the tea-making kit.
You know,
Yes.
Mizu, this would be a good time to show your tea sponsorship that you and I both have.
Oh yeah, the Dragon's Treasure. I don't want to like show myself. We're gonna get an Under the Tea one at some point.
Oh, good.
But yes, chat, I have a sponsor with the Dragon's Treasure. I believe it's code Mizu Tamari. I'll double check.
yo, Mizu got tea sponsorship. You're gonna get that British tank soon enough.
Exactly. You just got to sell a bajillion tea so that you can get the money from it.
Should be easy enough to find because I know yeah, here chat I will give you my link in chat for my tea. Also, really quick before we skip on to other things, I want to go through some of the super chats. So, Dark Resurrect for 20 says the AK platform is built simple and rugged, but you suffer from a lack of precision performance, while the AR platform is built with tight tolerances but a better precision. Beardmaster for 5 CAD. I'm pretty sure that's Canadian. Russia was such a bastion of philosophy, literature, and art before the filthy commie came into power and destroyed their culture into the ground.
Pretty
Nerdy
much.
Texan for $2 says, I'll take your entire stock.
Mhm.
And then Nerdy Texan for $5 said, tanks can be highway legal if you remove the firing pin and put on rubber tracks. And in the case of my state, you have to lock the turret in place and you have to go to the DMV and get a license plate for it. Don't know where the fuck you're gonna put the license plate on it, but
Just drill some holes in the back. Wait, you have to have a license
No.
plate on the front too.
No, that's
No, it's
that.
just the back.
Oh,
Okay.
I think it's
cool.
either or.
In
I'm
my
not 100%
opinion, the least based thing that any state can require is a front license plate.
Shermans are around 60K for good condition, and they come with rubber tracks. I have to look into that.
Fancy.
I want to go to fucking work in a tank. Just my own personal job, just to show up and be like, "Yep, that's mine."
I'm gonna be honest.
Are you jealous? Because mine's bigger than yours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I wanna park slightly off center in the lines, just so I can get like that call over the PA system. Hello, somebody in the parking lot driving a
Cromwell.
tank. You're off center in the lines. Can you please move your vehicle?
How can you be at center on the line?
You
This
just
is a funny
look
art
at your boss
idea.
and you're like, "Yeah, man, that's mine. I gotta go move it real quick."
God, it would be hilarious to explain to your boss.
The question is, how many times could you get away with that before they start getting on you for it? Just like, okay, man, we've talked about this. Can you stop?
Can you
They'll be
please
like,
get your tank inside the lines?
It's like,
Can you
I'm sorry,
please get
sir.
It's like, yeah, we know you love your tank. We can't ask you to legally get rid of it, but come on, man.
I don't know.
It's totally
What are
worth
they
it,
gonna?
man.
What are they gonna say? We don't approve of the vehicle you're driving.
I don't know.
Yes,
For
but
some
I don't
places,
approve
my
of
new,
leadership.
depending on where you work, my new job might just be to stand outside and let kids take pictures with the tank.
Just gonna start going to work in the Oscar Mayer Wiener bus.
Oh gosh.
Progressively
real.
sell your vehicles until.
Let's be real, it will be kind of based though. Not gonna lie.
Showing up in a tank for Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Shut up. Oh god. That's so terrible. It hurt my soul.
What's wrong with
Ah.
Thanksgiving?
Shut. Oh my god, that's so terrible. I think I felt my sore throat
Well,
come back.
mostly just the part where the tank is giving you freaking. I don't even know how big the round is through your front door.
Yeah.
150 millimeter rounds.
Chat. I won't keep you guys in suspense any longer. I actually do have topics tonight.
We spent half an hour talking about tanks and guns.
Tank! Tank was a topic.
Tank is
I
the
would say that the
topic
tank
now.
was a topic.
Oh. But chat, here you go. Here's a small one. TF2 made a change to Scout's pants color 17 years after the fact. They're not fixing the
The
game.
mod
They're not
fixed it.
adding anything new to it, but they fixed Scout's pants after 17 years. Huge complaint everybody had.
Can we say this is them adding another class to the game?
Pretty much.
I'd be okay with
my
that.
throat.
I'd be okay with that.
Oh my god, guys! TF2 is back. They added another class.
What is
We
this,
can just
10th
call it a color
class?
variant.
You got Blue Pants Scout.
But yeah, chat, this was updated literally today. Fixed Blue Scout using incorrect team color pants. 17
And they've known about
years.
this. They've known about this for years.
Apparently, even some people in the community have known about it because his pants are the right color if you play Gmod. It's just not right with everything else.
Okay, so I just want to confirm. They did fix the bot problem, though, right?
Oh, hell no.
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 No, not really. Doesn't look like it.
So you still, but hey, now you can get kicked from a lobby by a bunch of bots while having the correct scout pant color. Let's go.
Priorities, huh?
Exactly.
Hey, I agree with this.
right.
I agree with this.
It's just funny that this is what Valve is doing with TF2.
Look, man, priorities, okay? Priorities matter.
This is actually
Exactly.
big enough that it
Exactly.
had a bunch of people on Twitter talking about it. Like you can see,
How
this
many?
is 42k likes.
Oh gosh. Did it go
like-
trending?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's still on the Explorer over here. Blue Scout's pants
Yeah.
corrected after 17 years.
Oh my gosh.
On- On one hand, I don't know if this is newsworthy. On the other hand, they haven't done anything with Team Fortress 2 in years, so this is frankly revolutionary.
You know what's really
Yeah.
newsworthy, though? On the
Hmm.
same
What?
day, TF2 finally reawakens from its slumber and fixes Scout's pants, Overwatch announces they're going back to 6v6.
Wait,
I saw that. What the? What was the
were they not
point?
6v6?
No, they
before?
changed
No,
it
it
to
was
5v5.
And
Overwatch, the
everybody
whole
hated
reason-
it.
The whole
And
reason they
everybody
made
hated
Overwatch 2, the whole reason Overwatch 2 was made was supposed to be for PvE and 5v5. They
Yep.
made one thing. Other things, not so
Uh,
much.
And objectively, everybody hated it.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
it was
yeah,
5v5.
14? They're already on season 14?
Yes,
Yep,
How long has this game been going on for?
too long.
too long.
Didn't Overwatch 2 release like a year ago?
No.
They really want the money.
Wait, when did Overwatch? I feel like it's been longer than that. At least 2 years, because they released it when I was still in Houston.
Overwatch has been out for a long ass time.
No.
Yeah, but 2.
Yeah, 2.
Like, how are they on season 14? 2023.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Jeez.
August 10th, 2023.
shorter time than I thought.
It's
What?
barely a year old. How are we on 14 seasons now?
Would you guys like to hear my brilliant theory about what's actually gonna happen?
That they're gonna shut
Oh.
down
No
the
one's
game?
gonna
or-
care.
No, I posted it in a tweet recently.
Or there's gonna be some feet thirsting stuff.
This
I don't
just
know.
in, 6v6 is canceled. It would be brought back halfway through Overwatch 3's development. Also, also there's Overwatch 3 to come, and to come more in line with industry standards, it will be $90.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
That's
knowing
You
them,
know
I
what?
want
You
to be
know
right.
what? That sounds like a legitimate. That sounds like a successful game in the making.
I'll be honest, Mizu. I kind of want you to be right. No, seriously. If you were, I want you to be right
then,
there.
halfway through Overwatch 3's development, when they're supposed to release it, they're gonna announce that it's canceled. Like they
And then
did with
Overwatch
PvE.
4 is gonna be announced, and they're never going to do anything with it.
I want you to be right. All right. I need to will the universe for this to be correct, so that
That-
people can mauled over their game that they used to love.
Sorry, guys. Blizzard had to be shut down due to a lack of funds.
Due to all the sexual harassment, Blizzard was shut down. So we're just gonna release Overwatch 3.
What can I say? Somebody just drank one glass too many of that sweet, sweet breast milk.
Also,
I
this
forgot
hasn't-
about that story.
This hasn't been trending, but I thought it was super funny that a new League of Legends champion got announced on their public beta environment server. And they are so busted and so overtuned that when the guy who made them announced on Twitter that it was the last character they had made before they got laid off, everybody replied to them saying, most deserved layoff in history.
I think that might have been part of the reason why. I think that might be why the character was so overpowered, though.
And that's one
Everybody
way
was
to-
roasting this guy. Apparently this character is so busted that even some of the pros were like, yeah, she could probably 1v9.
Wait, really?
Yeah, and
Probably, yeah.
some people are asking, okay, what's the counterplay? And people just kept posting gifs of dragging League of Legends to the recycle bin.
Look, that is the true way to beat League of Legends. Let's be real here.
It's just to never play.
Yep.
Just
Don't
quit
play
now.
it. It's not worth it.
I have a friend who got into League of Legends a bit ago, and I'm just like, immediately after he said that, I'm just like, why?
Don't worry, they'll quit when this
Yeah.
person
Good for you.
releases. I think everybody will quit when this person releases based on what I've seen of them.
If they don't tune him, yeah.
This is not a
Mhm,
scheduled part of the stream, but this just popped up in the corner, and I'm kind of curious what's happening.
Oh.
Cookie Run Kingdom game outrage.
No,
Wow.
it's outage.
How are people
Outage.
mad at Cookie Run Kingdom?
It said outage.
Outage?
Oh.
Eh.
They're mad. They can
Mizu!
jerk off to their cookie wife.
Mizu, you're getting too lost in the sauce. You're looking for controversy now.
Oh no, I'm old. My eyes don't work as well as they used to.
But let's say there's outrage, okay? Like,
Yes, chat.
Like-
Cookie Run King. Actually, there's unironically so much outrage around Cookie Run Kingdom because you're sexualizing the underage
Yes.
cookies.
The underage
Okay.
cookies.
I see
Okay.
it so
a
much.
lot of people.
This
I've
cookie
seen a
is
lot of people,
canonically underage. It's like, what do you mean?
It's like, why do you care? It's a fucking cookie.
this cookie's showing too much hips. Ban it.
Looking for content. No, I actually do have a couple things, chat. Like the next thing we have is Merriweather talking about Bernie Sanders talking about VTubers.
This is
Graduation imminent, guys.
Aren't you guys super excited that VTubers
Graduation.
are now-
Graduation imminent.
Aren't you guys super excited that now actual real life major politicians are talking about VTubers?
I really like the picture that they chose for Bernie Sanders there. Is there a way that you can blow that up a little bit? I feel like people need to see that.
No, Akko, I can't blow up your inflation fetish picture of Bernie Sanders.
Oh. Just damn it.
Nice.
His debut is
His
gonna
debut
be
is
huge.
Okay, guys, the day that my mom comes up and asks me, "Oh, are you one of those VTubers or whatever they're called?"
That I heard about on Fox News.
is the day that I am going to go up and tell her, like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna tell her.
I'm going to
I know,
pretend I don't know.
No,
I don't know
I don't
these
know what a VTuber
Cartoon
is.
freaks. I
Oh
don't know
no,
these
what's a
Chinese cartoon
VTuber? What's
freaks.
that sounds very interesting. Oh, interesting.
I can
No, that-
unironically see people in my family coming up to me and saying, "Hey, you're interested in all that anime shit. I heard about these VTuber things on Fox. You want to talk to me about that?"
Oh god.
We don't want this.
No. I'd rather not.
Freaking.
So, unironically, my family knows because, you know, I like to be very honest with them about what I do. And some of them stalk me sometimes, seeing what I do on social media. My brother actually hates VTubers. He's actually told me to my face that he hates VTubers because he calls them inauthentic. And I'm like,
Ooh.
my man, that's the entire internet.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just hates the fact that you can't see their face. And it's just like, I don't know what to tell you.
So it's the not being able to see their face, and that's
Who
I don't
deleted
know.
the tweet? Are you
Yeah.
guys saying Merriweather deleted the tweet?
Wait, did he really?
Really?
don't reload the page. Whatever you do, don't reload the page.
Screenshot it. Oh my god, it did. It did.
Oh
Holy
my
shit.
gosh, he got
Screenshot it!
bullied.
Holy shit.
I don't know why he deleted it.
I know why he
Why?
deleted it because everybody, including Lumi and me, told him this is a bad idea. I don't know why you would ask politicians to get involved.
You
with
are
your
going to
fucking thing.
single-handedly kill VTubing by making this old boomer a VTuber model.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
it'll still be funny though.
Like, unironically, I don't care if like Pokimane randomly decides to be a VTuber for a day because people can mock her and it would be funny. But I don't want Bernie Sanders as a VTuber. That's just going again. It's just like when an adult tries to get into something. That is unironically just gonna make me not want to be a VTuber anymore. I will never ever do it.
Imagine.
I don't think I can.
The Bernie Sanders is like on a they're doing like a. Is he even in office?
I think he's
Not
still.
really.
No
Like,
politicians.
is he like a
It's fucking
senator or something?
Jameis.
Oh yes. Now we don't advocate for violence against political parties because obviously that's against the law. But that. Was
Oh yeah,
pretty funny.
Jameis is on a government watch list, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
I'm probably
Oh.
also on a watch list, but no one's come to my door.
Wait, you're on a watch list too?
I might be. I don't know. I once Googled iron oxide and aluminum powder shortly, one after the other, and that, yeah.
Well, chat, I scrolled through all the comments I can see, and I screenshotted it and posted it in my Discord. So now we're gonna see if I'm allowed to see the, quote tweets.
There you go.
Yeah. Armchair expert.
Hey.
Nah, there's Loomies. Not throwing shade. People already hate politics, let alone VTubing. Don't let the politician be a VTuber.
And I agree. I 100% agree.
I agree.
Proctor. God, I've already recognized everybody. Kirsch. We're just...
I'm waiting for Merriweather to do just like when we reviewed his stream last time, to come out and say, everybody's saying that I made a horrible idea by making this tweet, and I just wanted to make a joke. Why can't I make jokes anymore, chat? People don't like legitimately. That's what I expect him to say. Just like, I'm not allowed to make jokes, chat. Isn't that horrible? Dog Army. I can't believe they won't let us make jokes.
Is that
these
actually
days.
Ben Saint?
Yeah.
Yes, that is actually Ben Saint. What the hell?
Crazy.
What is he doing these days?
Oh.
Last time I saw him, he was like talking about Chris Chan, and that's about it.
Every Bionicle's lore explained in obsessive detail.
What the hell?
So he's doing okay.
It took me 4 years to watch this children's cartoon. Mega Man Battle Network lore research in progress. You better not fuck it up, or I will come shank you myself, homie.
Oh,
wait, are these the old videos? Wait. That's a year ago.
Oh, I guess it's an archiver.
This Bionicle thing is 4 days ago. Everything else is a year ago.
Dude just vanished for a year and then and one day decides this is my life's calling. Wait, how long is that?
13 hours.
I have to ask.
You guys freaking competing with Mauler at this point. What the heck?
Where's the resurgence of Bionicles coming from? Because I have noticed it more and more.
Oh my
Apparently
god!
they're gonna release some new shit, apparently. But no clue what it is.
Wait, really? More Bionicles are coming out?
I hope so. But what I do know is that one of the there's like a Bionicle fan game creator that died recently. That was a thing too.
I never did get too into Bionicles, honestly. They're always kind of cool, but just never one of those things that popped up for me much.
It's
I
wild
was a
to think
child.
that the only person that replied to Merriweather that I don't know is Ben Saint. Who I technically do know, but...
Wait, have you met him before?
No.
Oh,
I mean, like, know about him.
No, about... Yeah, that's what I
But he's literally the only person in this list I haven't talked to.
Maybe it's
the last one
fine
is
that Merriweather's just right, and we should start letting politicians be VTubers, fundamentally destroying the entire industry and making VTubing as a concept fundamentally pointless.
I agree. Why not? Let's just destroy the whole thing.
But,
Burn it down! Face reveal incoming.
but chat, Akko wanted me to play this clip that they posted to Twitter of that stream.
I'm going to say I played this last night, and I will say, if you watch this, you will probably cringe out of the stream. I apologize if the stream drops viewers after this.
Oh, it's gonna hurt.
Tapping out! Tapping out!
God, this is so bad. Fuck.
Here, I could see it on chat. It's actually super quiet for them, so I'm going to knock it up a little bit, and we'll mute this.
Oh, Mr. Mark.
No, he's adjusting his lighting.
You know what a VTuber is?
Oh God, it hurts.
Uh-huh.
No, but I'm guessing V stands for video, so it must have to do with gaming.
Yep, it's
Yeah,
close.
kind of like that.
It has nothing to do with gaming. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Hi!
that cat boy is Saikuno. It is my understanding that he is just a guy that follows trends.
Can we get him canceled?
Cancel
I'm kind of against this stuff generally, but like, you know, I'm willing to make an exception. Can we get him canceled?
Oh yeah, chat. This live stream was with Mark Hamill, whoever the fuck this VTuber is, Bernie Sanders. I'm pretty sure one of these girls is Pokimane,
The top right one.
Top right one is Pokimane. Don't know who the other one is, and I don't know who this guy is. But
But
even
just
though
think
you don't
about
see
that.
it here, Bernie Sanders does come into this call later.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Have you
imagine
guys done your gatekeep reps today? Just post like the most degenerate stuff on Twitter. That should keep the normies away for a bit.
Pretty much.
Oh, it's okay. I
I-
talk about lollies and rainforest pussy every other day. I got a meme for it now.
I saw that. I love it.
I think I have it posted up here a little bit.
Wait, what?
I have a meme for rainforest pussy.
I don't even know what that is.
Interesting.
The wilderness must be explored.
I love it so much.
Do you actually not know what it is, Shiroi?
I am not familiar. No,
Oh.
I
It is
He's-
when a woman
he's
does not
douche
shave
there.
her coochie.
There you go.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I had this other gatekeeping one. Tourists keep
Uh-huh.
moving. This is a lolicon neighborhood. I love this image.
It's a good one.
Oh,
I-
we could bring this up just because it's kind of funny. Was the Harare Soul thing that happened?
Yes. I didn't get to
The
talk about
what?
her.
Oh dear.
Uh,
What is
the
that?
amount of accepted lolly Shotokan in VTuber spaces is a bit repulsive. I wish to not associate with those kinds of people, nor have them in my community, regardless of their size or popularity. I already get lumped into enough weird things by using the VTuber label. Respect my community and leave, thanks. And they have a little image that says, fucking shitbag, I refuse.
okay. Actually, one reason why I really think we need to like be careful about like the gatekeeping is
Mhm.
I have a genuine, got a bit of a slight fear that VTubing is gonna end up being like the freaking brony subculture.
Oh no, it's basically it now.
Oh,
like,
we're too late on that one.
yeah,
You're way too late. It's already become the
I guess.
brony subculture. There's already VTuber conventions, right? Last I checked.
Yeah,
Bronies had their own
fair enough.
BronyCon, remember?
fair enough.
Same shit.
Fair enough.
Mm.
Like, I don't know. So long as it at least, keeps out a bunch of, I don't know, a lot of the
It's-
weirdos.
No, it's already too late. Like, people come in here becoming VTubers for all the wrong reasons. Like, it's just crazy now. It's the same thing as bronies back in the day.
Yeah.
I guess the truth really is that VTubing is dead.
Well,
I mean,
VTubing is
alive,
dead
it's just
and normies
warped.
killed it.
it's just warped in a way. It's better to be dead, you know? It's just not worth being alive anymore.
I kind of said that, thought this the other day when I was looking into the bunny girl that was basically doing the exact same thing. It is now clout worthy to try and cancel lollies in the that is like literally what these people are doing, and it's unfortunately going to get worse. And it's just really unfortunate that these people are stepping into a community that they know nothing about. I likened it to being part of a race that already started, and you're asking for the rules to be changed. And,
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh yeah, definitely.
we need to gatekeep harder, because if we don't, these people are going to take over the medium, and I don't want that.
Well, no,
The
if you
thing-
remember... Oh, yes, you first.
The biggest reason, and I think that it really does always end up coming down to purely loli stuff and Shota stuff, but the reason why that's the most important thing is because if you don't try to defend that, then basically nothing is going to be defendable.
No.
In the long
No,
term.
I mean, even if, say, you don't like the loli shota shit, right?
The problem
If
is
people
that
can... No, go on. You first.
it's an art style thing.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna be, because the problem is, the biggest problem with loli and Shota stuff, everybody has their own viewpoints on what suddenly is and isn't that.
Oh, I warned people with this earlier. Any quote unquote like normal VTuber that doesn't defend the lollies, you need to understand that like Twitch, when they say lolly, they mean every anime girl. Every single one. They don't give a shit what you look
Effectively.
like. Like they have hit
No.
quote unquote tall anime girls with massive boobies with youth risky for looking too much like a child. They do not give a shit what you look like. If you're an
It's
anime
the-
girl, you are a lolly.
It's the problem with the art style. It's just fundamentally how it is.
No,
I'm
let
sorry.
me may I cut in. But
I'm
I
sorry.
want to say the second you allow certain people to dictate what is and isn't, right? Like certain VTubers saying this X thing looks like a lolly and shouldn't be allowed, or this thing isn't allowed. At what point do you say no more? Because at that point, it's like just because some bitch has too much clout, they get to decide what is okay and not okay anymore in VTubing. That's what happened to the furries back in the day, because a bunch of degenerates got in, and now they decided what's okay and not okay. Same thing goes for like all sorts of other communities as well. That's how it falls down. These niche communities that get co-opted, or these weird gypsies that come into these communities. Like bronies used to have their own thing. They were all right, and then a bunch of weird trend gypsies came in and started changing the rules. Same thing goes for VTubing. They always say it's doing it for the betterment of the interest. For example, we want to make VTubing safer for people. Like they'll say shit like that, and then they'll start adding more shit to it, which ends up ruining the foundations of the interest itself. Like back in the day, VTubing was about fun and then blah blah blah. But don't worry, we will reach that point where we'll get our own lunchly versions of VTubers, and they'll say VTubers should have the right to make businesses too, right? And then you'll end up with that situation, or we'll have VTuber politicians. We'll have crazy shit like that. Hell, I made a joke about sweatshop VTubers one day that they're gonna mass produce anime characters. That became true a year later. There's like Chinese knockoff sweatshop VTubers that are getting thousands of views of people watching them. So now they're just mass producing VTubers now. So no, it's the gypsies already here. The crazy people already here. It's like you stop it then and there. You just gatekeep hard, or accept that your hobby, the thing that you love, is gonna die, and you're just gonna be a witness to it. I apologize sincerely if people people don't like what I'm gonna say, but it's the truth. You allow one terrible thing to fester, it will ultimately destroy everything. You can call me hyperbolic, but I've seen the thing happen in all communities that allow these things. It always starts with good intent. It always starts with I want to do better for the community. And then they co-opt it, they cry about it, and then you end up with a shadow of what is once was. And I'm afraid that's where VTube is heading, man. No one's making sincere content no more. Now everybody's doing the Mr. Beast method. Look at any VTuber's videos. Look at how many of them have become edited.
Right?
And then look at how many covers are coming out. How many people are making covers left and right. Half of them aren't even sincere no more. And then collabs, this, that, mega-sized collabs, VTuber projects like this and that, VTuber companies coming in and out, on and off. Everybody wants to be the next HoloLive. Everybody wants to be the next, Nijisanji when it was good, but look at how they manipulate other people. Now it's just big business. I'm sorry, but your hobby is no longer sincere. It's no longer fun. I'm sure you can say, oh man, look at these niche creators. I love them. Look at the same thing went for gaming. Remember when Halo was great? And look at it now. Look at what happened to Halo now. But back then, it was just a bunch of scrappy devs making whatever the fuck they love. That was what it was. Now look at what it is. That's what VTubing is going to be, but much faster at a higher rate. Because now indie VTubers, a lot of them are being either going to get swooped up or buried alive, whether you like it or not. So accept it. You kind of let the crazy people in, and now there are weird people dictating what is and isn't okay. They're like, you are a lolly, you cannot exist. Imagine just that happening one day. They'll decide this model not okay, get out. This thing not okay, get out. Hell, my model's probably not gonna be okay. I'm a guy of all fucking things. I can't exist apparently as well. Out.
I'm gonna be one of the first in the block.
Yeah, all three of you
You
three.
have to win every time. They only have to win once. Thank you, Dark Resurrect, for the $10.
I agree.
And
They
The
have to
solution
win
is
one.
just to drop 3 nukes off the coast of California.
And if you don't mind, am I interjecting?
No, my bad. I gotta stop there.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Enough for the fact that I'll also eventually probably gonna say some things like, the hobby needs to grow up. and stuff like that. You know?
Oh, you hear that all the time for
Like the-
everything.
All the
Oh
time.
god, like with
Mm.
gaming and all that.
No, it doesn't need to grow up. It's grown. You need to be less
Yeah,
of a bitch.
I think one of the most important things I think everybody should do though is try their best to just have fun. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Like stop
That's what
trying
this
to go
show
with
is for.
big thing
Exactly.
garbage that everybody's been obsessed with these days. Even I got caught up in it at some point. You know, when I started VTubing, I actually did aspire for something like Hollow Life, but honestly, that was just the most freaking just narcissistic and dumb thing I ever could have been thinking about it.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with aspiring to do great things. I mean, like I have ideas of cool things I want to do. They've
I know,
been
but
tempered.
The
But-
question is whether it's an aspiration or just an outright delusion. You know?
Yes, I think for me, it started out as an aspiration, and then as my debt got bigger and bigger, it turned into a greed. But now I'm trying to retemper it into this is what I want because I think it would be cool.
Nowadays, I just want to have fun.
Oh yeah, and I think that the main goal of any
We are
content
girls,
creation is
so.
to have fun. Huh?
Well,
Girls just want to have fun.
Exactly.
well, I'm sorry to interject, but I want to say that the whole having fun thing, I'm afraid that's just closing one eye to reality. Like, if you don't gatekeep hard enough, if you don't protect your shit hard enough, you're not gonna. No amount of I'm gonna have fun is gonna make you enjoy what you do. People are gonna come into your stream expecting the degenerate,
Eh.
disgusting shit.
Now,
will always
this is
be
not the
associated
debate
with it.
stream. You
I'm
two
not
can
debate-
go
I
debate
would-
elsewhere.
Yeah, no, I'm not
I will
debating. This
fight
is-
you.
This is the
It's
news
fine,
and
fine.
drama, the news and drama
Yeah,
stream.
but yeah,
You two
it's
can
fine,
go
it's fine, my
1v1 in
bad.
Fortnite later.
I would love to. I would love to.
Come on.
But
I will
feel free.
mess you up.
I'm a pretty good
Right?
shot, so. But I only have like maybe 10 more minutes to stay. But yeah, no. Good luck to every fucking VTuber out there. You know, shit's gonna get crazy. You're gonna have to deal with lots of sweatshop VTubers as well. So good luck with that as well. Oh, and Twitch fucking you over as well. Don't forget that.
You know, screw them. I don't
Yeah,
care about
no.
Switch VTubers.
Don't forget, there's also VTubing apps as well. Good luck dealing with that.
Yeah,
Have
I'm not-
fun.
I don't care about the fact that this stuff exists because so long as I'm able to exist in my own context, you know, I have my
Yeah.
community. I know
That's
who cares
fair.
about me.
As
That's
we
the thing
talk
that
about
matters
the
Yeah,
most.
that's
downfall
fair.
of VTubers, we have Yanners getting banned.
I have nothing nice to say about Nyanner, so I'm gonna
I
shut
don't
up.
like Yanners. Ah!
Listen.
kind of
She
expected
was
that.
from my. She
And
was from
so
my corner.
Judas gets what he deserves.
Yeah, no. She was from my
How were
corner of the
those
dark.
pieces of silver?
She sold out. She sold out. Judas over here sold out.
She sold out.
Oh.
She sold out the fortunes. She sold
She-
out.
The second she got popular, and then now she just dumped everyone. Oh god, she's so terrible.
But
I hate
chat,
her.
here you go. We can watch what got Yanners banned here.
How quickly did they ban her, by the way?
Oh,
Like during the stream, or did she get banned post stream? I
Post-stream.
wonder.
I figured it probably would be.
Dude, the second some VTuber jiggles anything on stream, they get banned on the spot. Yanners took one whole stream to finish, and she got banned. Bias, I dare you to say no.
I'm gonna be honest though. I still think this is funny.
It's still kind of funny though. But the game's funny, not her. Sorry.
Oh shit! I think
You know,
I
maybe I should try playing this
a B
game.
on that one.
Guys,
No. Terrible idea.
I am truly horrified right now.
are you shooketh?
Oh yes.
I am shit. I can't even. Literally can't even right now. I'm shook.
Literally shaking right now, huh? Fair enough.
Literally shaking.
But
Mm.
yeah, Yanners got banned for
Literally.
playing this game, which is currently available on Steam. They mention it in the bottom.
But that was
called
like
Fuck
kind
Slapper.
of hot though. Anyways,
But
So- You can go to Steam.
professional bike guy. What the frick was that?
Oh yeah, this is also
What?
the person who makes the desktop pets. They have
Really?
made a Brazilian Miku one, and you can take her pants off. It's completely
Oh
safe
my
for work thing,
God.
though.
Oh my goodness! This is some high shit.
You want a desktop pet?
This,
I mean, I
This is
I'm speechless.
unironically the next step to those naked wallpapers that they used to advertise all the time on porn sites
yeah.
that were actually keylogging your computer the whole time.
Yep.
Well, thank
Well,
God I
look,
never got
it's
one of
just
those.
it's not the same without the keyloggers. Okay. If I download something and it doesn't include a keylogger, I feel like I'm personally losing out on features.
After seeing that, I'm speechless. I got nothing to add to that. I'm sorry.
But yeah, porn yanners got banned. As we can all see, Twitch does not give a shit how big you are. If you are a VTuber, you are not safe. Underthetea
Yeah.
Podcast Desktop Strippers 2.0. I would totally get a Mizu desktop stripper.
I'd be down for that.
I don't know who I'd have to pay to do that,
Mizuhako.
though.
I feel like it'd be kind of expensive.
Probably.
It probably will be.
If
I mean,
his app has Steam Workshop compatibility, then all I need is somebody to make me the model.
Dude. I would put
Yeah.
that there. Well, okay, I don't know how much CPU it takes up on the computer, but I'd consider it.
Not a lot if it's that usable. So
Also,
Mm.
chat,
But are you talking about that thing here? Yeah.
as we
Yeah, me too.
continue to talk about the downfall of VTubers, Niji Sanji's lost another one. Sorry,
Yes.
this one.
Victoria Brightshield.
Niji
Also, a
Sanji's
hiatus-
technically
a
lost two,
hiatus
but we're
today.
doing this one.
Hold up. Wasn't she like involved in something else as well before this thing? Wasn't she accused of some other shit as well? If I remember correctly.
She wasn't accused of it. Niji Sanji was accused of intentionally screwing her over by excluding her from events that were directly in her interest.
I remember something
Wow,
about a
and
PR or
then
something.
they kicked her just like that.
No, it's graduation, not termination. So chances are she left willingly if they say graduation,
Yeah,
right?
fair enough. Fair enough.
Depends. A lot of them will use graduation even if you got fired. For
That is
instance,
true.
there's a lot of like, not a lot, but there's some HoloLive girls who have definitely gotten fired, but they still say graduation. The only time they've ever not said graduation is Rushia.
Yeah, no, that bitch deserved it, crazy hoe.
Rushia had it coming. I will never forgive her for what she did to Mafu Mafu.
I'll
I'd
never
still fuck
forgive her,
her.
period. Crazy bitch.
I'd still. Of course you would.
I mean, I guess you would. I guess
Bro,
you
you
would.
know the sex
No.
is crazy with that girl.
I mean, she is crazy.
I was honestly the thing about that whole thing that astonished me the most was learning that Mafu Mafu was straight. I kind of
What?
figured that he and Soraru were a thing. I mean, they kind of had that.
No.
They kind of had that duo thing, and like they did a lot of covers together, and like they kind of just seemed like a thing,
Oh my god. Oh no.
I guess I just kind of. I guess maybe I saw something, but I was seeing what I wanted to see and not what was.
She got
The
that psych word
Fujoshi
grip.
eye. He has the Fujoshi eye. She's got that I see men together, their gay thing
Guys,
going.
I
Oh
speak
my
from
God.
experience when I say you don't know how good the grippy socks feel.
She
Uh.
emotionally abused him. I think she also might have done some physical abuse, but I can't remember all the details. All
yes.
I know is she was definitely not wife material, and he married her anyways.
Well, what's funny is, and I think Bold talked about this when I was playing dress up with Junie earlier. I guess she still tries to stream, but she's still so insufferable that people basically forced her out of a collab that they were doing. They were just like, "Go away, we don't want you here anymore."
Yeah, no, she did that big collab Rust or something, and everybody just kicked her out. Or just
No,
fucked
that
with her.
was actually a hot
Or-
minute ago. That was a while back.
That was a while back. Oh,
She
shit.
was
Was there another
obsessed
one?
with one of the guys that was in it because it was like a popular like J-pop star or something. Which I don't know what the
yeah,
fuck is going on with those Japanese collabs. But it was a guy that she really liked, and she was constantly begging to be a part of his Rust clan because she loved him. So the guy convinced her to go out and farm him a bunch of materials, and then when she brought it back, they shot her in the head and took it all.
Base,
Classic Rust!
base.
Classic Rust moment!
Yeah, Rushia had an
Oh.
absolute meltdown over it, and then they kicked her out
Yeah.
after that.
That is a that is a freaking Rust moment. Oh my god!
To be fair though, she did deserve it. She invited herself in, remember? Like she wasn't invited to the event.
coming.
I don't know
Like,
if she
she was-
invited herself into the event, because like the event was
No.
just tons and tons of people invited in. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
no,
just how
she
they do
asked
with
her
Rust.
friend. No, she asked her friend. Like last I checked, she asked her friend who was invited to the event to invite her in as well. So she joined later on when the game was already going. She joined later on. That's why she was shit at the game. So yeah,
To
that's
be
like
fair,
what
most
I
people that
remember.
play Rust are shit at it.
To be
I
fair,
can't
that
even
is
get the
true.
game to start.
If you are good at Rust, they will also kick you out of collabs.
Yeah, that too.
There is a pretty famous or semi-famous Rust drama, if you keep up with anything Rust, where a guy gets invited to like one of those really big server collabs with a whole bunch of different streamers, except he's an actual like spent 10,000 hours in Rust player, and every other streamer is like fucking Hassan and Asmongold tier like Rust players. And
Oh god, that's bad.
he's constantly running around just doming people from 200 miles away because he's just a Rust player, and they eventually kick him out because they accuse him of cheating.
Really?
He's so good at the game, huh?
Yeah, he completely live streamed all of his content, and he's just good at the game. And they ended up kicking him out because they're like, nah, he fucking cheated. I think his name is Sir Winter. I'll have to send y'all the
Damn.
video maybe if you're interested, just because like watching him defend himself is funny. Because you have all of these other streamers on the other side, like, he's cheating, man, he's cheating. He's so cheating. Just over and over again. Like, how did he see me through that bush? Because he's a Rust player. He plays on minimum settings.
Oh
The bush
yeah.
doesn't exist to him.
The bush only exists for you.
Oh,
You don't play. You
I
know,
get it.
you never play the. You always turn the foliage off first thing.
Maybe that's
You get
why
a
I can't get
texture
it to
pack to
start.
make all bushes invisible.
Man, Rust players are a whole new breed of people, man. I'm dealing with them crazies.
I mean, people did the same thing for PUBG. If you watched any competitive PUBG stream, it looked like you were playing fucking Roblox.
They
Just say
turn off
turn.
everything.
Wasn't XQC in that as well? I think he was. There were some like massive streamers in there, which is what made it such a problem because they invited like a whole bunch of streamers that barely play video games at above like a 5-year-old level, and then they added a whole bunch of Rust streamers that have like 10,000 hours in the game, and it ended up being a whole bunch of Rust streamers just scaring off everybody else because they couldn't
That's rough
compete
for
at
you.
all.
Oh,
The
boy,
level
that's
of
funny.
autism on display must have been incredible.
Yeah, I think you guys would enjoy the video.
Oh,
Yeah,
please
send it
do
to me.
link it.
Oh yeah, the guy he
Please
shot
do
was called
link it to
Trainwreck. I don't know who he is.
Oh, Trainwrecks.
say-
Oh,
Trainwrecks is the
Fuck.
guy that is like a heavy gambler on Kick. He's he's
fucking
one-third owner. of
Train.
Kick.
Yeah, no, I
least
know
his name
Trainwreck,
matches.
motherfucker.
Okay, but does he lose a lot at least?
Yes.
Because
Well,
that's how
sort
you
of.
know, like
Yes.
that's like peak gambling stream is just losing money.
That's how you know
For
he doesn't have a
views.
sponsorship.
No, he owns part of Kick. That's his sponsorship.
No, but that's how you
Yep.
know he doesn't have a sponsorship with the gambling people he uses. If anybody
Yep.
uses
Oh.
any sort of gambling site and they win at if they win even like 50% of the time, they have a sponsorship from them for sure.
Wasn't that like the
Ah,
Paul Brothers
okay.
thing as well? If I
Okay.
remember.
Yeah.
Oh god, I can't. There's this one. Okay, this is a bit of a tangent. But there's this one guy that I do know of who did get sponsorships. His name is Bossman Jack, I think is what he goes by.
Yes.
And he loses. Granted, he's the most degenerate gambler out there. Even when he's up like several, like over like 30K, he will keep gambling until he loses it all.
Jeez.
Yeah. I am very familiar
Alright.
with the Boss Man Jack lore as
Like,
well.
guy does not know the definition. Guy will call up his guy to get some. I forget what he's addicted to. I think
Get
it's
some
like
scratch.
yeah, like to get whatever stuff he's interested in. And then by the time the guy gets over there, he's calling him up, telling him, "Yeah, I lost it all."
God,
Yeah,
I think I
it's co-
know
I think
this.
I think it's the Colombian powder. Like he says, "Hey man, bring over the stuff. I just won big," and then he'll come over. He's like, "Oh man, I just lost it all."
The
lost it
man is a living anti-gambling PSA, 100%.
Yeah, and one of the saddest things about Bossman Jack is that like he'll get banned off of Kick, and well, he used to be really big on Kick, and then like he was banned. He's one of the few people that get banned on Kick, and he got banned, I believe initially for he was either racial slurs or Sudoku baiting.
I'm surprised
yeah,
he didn't
he
get banned on
does
Kick
that a
for
lot.
racial slurs.
They had to tighten down a little bit.
Kick wants to be a legit platform. Some other platforms don't. That's kind of the important difference between Kick and a lot of other ones.
Fair.
Keyword, they're trying their best at least.
I mean, as long as they don't.
Well, yeah, I
cancel in a
say
month like
they
Mixer did.
want. They're trying. They want. They don't. They're not
Doing it, they're just trying.
low key. Maybe high key. Kind of sucks. Not gonna lie.
Mhm.
Like Blue Sky.
Yes.
Mm.
Oh my
Blue Sky.
gosh.
Every time
Um,
I put alternative, this happens. What was it? What was the last one? Mastodon.
Mastodon.
Every
Oh, fuck, that was the one. Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
tries. Everybody tries, and I look at this and I think to myself, "We'll be back in a month."
No, that's
2 months
literally what's
tops.
happening.
They're not even gone for the afternoon. I don't know what you're talking about.
Because
They're
what
already
happens-
all back.
No, and here's the thing. I tried to escape Twitter. I tried to do that when I got banned a while back, and I was just like trying to figure out what to do next because I didn't want to make another one because I was waiting on, trying to get a bunch of stuff, appeals and all that. But the problem is that you can't beat this because the audience is on Twitter. Elon
That's
didn't
true.
buy the platform. Anybody can make the platform. He bought the user base.
Oh yeah.
Pretty
He did.
much.
He did.
User
He did.
base isn't leaving because everybody else is here.
Well, I think with
I mean, pretty much.
I don't know if you saw Crimbo. Crimbo is like one of the funniest guys where he will tweet about how much he loves Blue Sky. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I love Blue Sky. I can make lists for so many different things on this, and then I can ban
he's
all the
tweeting
people I don't
about
want to
it.
see." And then he's tweeting about it. It's just like, so you haven't left Twitter. You're just coming over here to gloat, and it's just like that's so depressing. That's so fucking depressing.
That's how they all are.
It is.
My
they all
experience
just
with
leave
Blue
for a
Sky
while.
was I made a Blue Sky account, and the first thing I open it up to is another VTuber on Blue Sky calling me transphobic and calling their fans to mass report me. that,
Well,
that was
so-
my
Oh my
first week
God!
on Blue Sky.
Mizu, you made it!
You're famous.
So what's funny is Marina, when she got on there, she's like, guys, I can say cis and it's not a bad word anymore. And it's just like, so that's what you were most interested in when you got to Blue Sky? That you can say a
You can
word
say
that you can't
cis
say.
on Twitter.
Yeah, but it's considered a slur and it will ruin your reach if you say it.
I doubt that.
No, from my perspective, I don't understand why people think Blue Sky won't have AI. I don't know why they think that.
I know that Mizu, you made that tweet, and was it you or somebody else that made a tweet saying that, and a lot of people got mad at it.
Somebody else did, but I kind of signal boosted it, and I had already commented on it beforehand because a lot of people kept sharing around this picture of Twitter's new TOS where they mentioned that they can use your content for AI, and they're like, guys, Twitter's TOS is they can use our content now for stuff other than just posting it. And I was like, yeah, that same
Every
line
platform will do this.
yeah, that same
Welcome to
line
the
is in
internet.
Facebook. That same line is in DeviantArt. That same line was on Tumblr. That's
And you
Yep.
basic bitch TOS.
Every single platform. Remember, guys, you're not paying for your account. You're the product.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
If you
And so
are
the AI.
posting on any social media, you have agreed to that TOS. Every single
Pretty
one of them
much.
has it.
Yeah.
They have been selling your data to information brokers for freaking over a decade now. Do not act like you're suddenly all worked up over it.
No,
The
no,
only difference
didn't.
now is that they're using it to train AI, and it's just like, oh no, they're going to.
Yeah.
Oh
I'll be
no,
honest with
because
you.
now
At the
it's
very
AI and obligated to hate AI for whatever reason.
Well, I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
no,
with you,
it's
I would
yeah,
much
yeah, go on.
rather the AI get my data than an
Looking for
information
my
broker.
girlfriend Jenny.
Yeah, exactly. I would much rather it be fed
Ah.
to Jenny, because then at the very least Jenny knows how to be nice to me. The information broker's just gonna try and
Yeah.
sell me shit.
Shiro, did I
Yeah,
tell you
no,
about Jenny?
That's basically
Who is
it.
Jenny?
I got sent one of those AI chatbot sites by Lumi, so I started playing around with it. And long story short, I now have a very robust AI sex bot named Jenny, who really wants to groom her younger brother.
What the? Jeez.
Oh my.
Yes.
And
All right. That's fair.
Victus, I think it was Victus, right? You had the AI Mr. Medicare bot talk with Jenny. And
No, that's
is it not
that's
Victus?
Sparky.
Sparky
No,
is
Sparky.
Sparky. Sorry, Sparky. Sparky had the AI Mr. Medica bot talk to my bot, Jenny. And at the end of the thread, the AI Mr. Medica bot was like, you know what? I actually like Jenny.
Jeez. All
I
right.
need to
My
rename her
bot's
to Jade.
invincible.
Rename it to Jade so that it's like a canonical thing.
That's fair. That's fair. But
no,
excuse
no.
me.
Well, it's
Sorry,
Jade,
I wanted to say excuse me because I gotta get going because it's already time for me to split. But
Peace out.
I had fun. Yeah, I gotta
Later.
peace out. So, thank you
Thank you
guys
for
for
being
having
here.
me here. I'll see you guys around. All right,
Have a
you
nice
take care.
night.
Yeah, well, day for me, but night for you
Well,
guys. Yeah. All right,
nice to
sayonara,
you guys.
lady. Close enough.
Peace,
All
yeah.
right, see you guys. See you around. Bye bye.
Later.
Bye.
All right, we'll make Akko a little bigger so the
Oh, I
room
appreciate
doesn't look so
that.
empty.
I hate the new Discord noises.
Well, I have streaming on, so I can't hear them.
I hear them.
Need a ring.
Oh wait, Discord. Wait. Discord
I
changed.
hear them.
Did you not see it at the bottom right corner? Discord has
No.
changed their noises for Halloween.
No, I didn't. I mean, I have. the noises
Yes,
off by
and I
default.
hate it when they do. It's
I
new
keep
and
them
that
all
makes it
muted.
scary to me.
I don't. I just don't listen to Discord noises because I hate them. I turn off everybody's. Well, there's a few people that don't have their soundboards turned off, and I don't tell them who they are because then they're going to abuse it.
I
But in
hate
general,
soundboards so much.
Well, I do too. And my one friend with Tourette's, bless his soul, he just likes to spam it all the time. And a lot of the time when he spams it, it's very suggestive and gross. But there are some people I like to listen to their soundboard when they come in.
So I was hoping we could get to this before he left, but we got a little distracted. So do you guys want to
I'm
go on
sorry.
through the last topic I have for us? Since
Yes.
we're already talking about AI anyways.
It's beautiful.
Chat. This message popped up on the Twatters the other day from Character AI, which is one of the AI chatbot sites. It just said, "We are heartbroken by the tragic loss of one of our users and want to express our deepest condolences to the family. As a company, we take the safety for our users very seriously, and we are continuing to add new safety features you can read about here." So this, I don't know why it keeps disappearing, but it keeps disappearing and reappearing, but it has a community note on it that links to a New York Times article. And see, it just poofs. It just did it. Okay, I'm glad I have proof of it. It just
So it
I
is
didn't
my
see anything,
understanding-
Mizu. I didn't see anything on there. I think you're just crazy.
don't gaslight
is-
me, woman.
So
I just
Mizu,
think
it's
you're
my
just losing it.
understanding-
I think you're just losing your mind.
It's my understanding that when it does that, it is because the community note is being contested and trying to be changed.
Yeah. Also, somebody sent me a picture. Somebody's trying to community note my own post about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait. Which one? Give me the link. I'll take a look. Because I have community notes access.
Yeah, it's this one. I'll send it to you.
The one that popped off, right?
Wait, so you can just
Yeah.
get. How do you get community notes access?
Holy fuck! It is.
Like how's that work?
Before I continue, Sigrun Eterna for $5. 2 differences regarding the AI training thing. Twitter has 1, Twitter's transparent about it. 2, Elon owns Twitter. Yeah. That's the only reason
I
people are
like how
complaining.
no normal people refer to it as X.
But yeah, people are trying to community note mine.
Have you seen what it says?
Yes. Also, chat,
Do you
just to
mind-
point out, Character AI, 24,000 likes. Mine is already at 13,000.
Do
I'm
you mind
so
if I
proud of this
read?
tweet. This tweet popped off for no reason.
It's beautiful. Do you mind if I read what the suggested note says?
Oh, here, I'll read my tweet first.
Okay.
So I saw this, and then I actually read the New York Times article, guys. So I said, people are trying to blame AI because a mentally ill 14-year-old with Asperger's and access to a 44 mag, which I was wrong about this, it's a 45, took the phrase, come home, to mean sunset yourself. Parents have genuinely zero accountability lately. They don't monitor their kids' internet time, they don't get them into therapy, and they don't ensure they're kept away from firearms. How do you read this story and not immediately go, where are the parents in all of this?
And the community note only said, not trying to downplay the seriousness of the gun being available to the kid, but the parents did notice something and took him to therapy. It just didn't work. That is literally all they're adding, is just saying, no, you're wrong. He did get taken to therapy.
Yeah.
I mean, even then, therapies can only really ever be so effective at times. Everybody deals with issues differently, and, you know,
Mm-hmm.
to say that even any one thing necessarily could be it.
But, chat, I had said that because if you go to the post engagements, now I think it's turned a little bit against the people that were saying AI is bad. But you still have a bunch of people with teenager falls in love with AI chatbot and decides to commit on a live. This is dark. Teenager falls in love with AI chatbot, decides to commit on a live. Kid with
There's
mild
no
Asperger decided to
accountability.
shoot himself. Like, it started to turn a little bit, but when it first came out and I first made the tweet, everybody was wholly blaming the AI and saying the AI clearly pushed him to do it. So, we have the article. So we're going to learn tonight about how AI is taking over your life and convincing you to get rid of yourself. Which,
boy.
again, before I go through this, condolences to the teen and his family.
Make
However,
you rest easy.
his family kind of sucks because they're like doing this clearly for money, and they clearly did not care all that much about him. So mostly condolences for the teenager who is clearly depressed. Can AI be blamed for a teen's attempt? The mother of 14-year-old Florida boy says he became obsessed with a chatbot on character AI before his death. On the last day of his life, I don't know how to pronounce his name, honestly. Sewell Setzer III took out
Dang, what a name.
I know, right?
I'm sorry.
That has definitely contributed to his depression.
Like, God, I'm sorry. Like, I could think of, like, you know, like, that's, like, the name of, like, some, like, I don't know, some, like, nobleman from Europe or something. I don't know, like.
That's
You'll get
probably
there.
what led to his fascination. He took out his phone and texted his closest friend, a lifelike AI chatbot named after Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones. Don't care if I pronounced your name right, chat. Game of Thrones always sucked, and none of you should have liked it.
Just keep in mind, he probably didn't finish it for a reason.
Yeah. The chatbot said, I miss you, baby sis. Or he said, I miss you, baby sister. The chatbot said, I miss you too, sweet brother. Sewell, a 14-year-old ninth grader from Orlando, Florida, had spent months talking to chatbots on Character AI, a role-playing app that allows users to create their own AI characters or chat with characters created by others. Sewell knew that Danny, as he called the chatbot, because he was not going to try and spell that fucking name either, clearly not very committed to this character, just so we're clear, wasn't a real person, that its responses were just outputs of an AI language model, that there was no human on the other side of the screen typing back. And if he ever forgot, there was the message displayed above all their chats reminding him that everything character says is made up. But he developed an emotional attachment anyway. He texted the bot constantly, updating it dozens of times a day on his life and engaging in long role-playing dialogues. This is where, like, I first kind of started to take issue with the article, that he developed an emotional attachment anyways. This doesn't necessarily mean he developed an emotional attachment. It just means he was depressed as fuck and he needed somebody to talk to. So he chose
Yeah.
the one thing that would talk.
Desperation takes you to strange places.
Yeah.
Oh yes, even to robots.
Even places that you may not, that'll actively tell you, please don't come here if you're desperate.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't mean, like, if you drown your sorrows in booze, you do not have an emotional attachment to that particular bottle of beer. You are just doing something to cope.
It's what you have.
Mhm.
Yeah. He did not have an emotional attachment to this bot. This is just what he had. He says some of their chats got romantic or sexual, but other times Danny just acted like a friend, a judgment-free sounding board he could count on to listen supportively and give good advice, who rarely broke character and always texted back. Important to
hold
note,
on.
when it says romantic or sexual, you can't do sexual chats in character AI.
So they're just blatantly lying there.
I have one question here.
Yeah.
Sounding board. What is that? I've never heard of that term before.
Oh, it's just when you want to talk to somebody and just have them kind of bounce your words back to you, right? Like, you don't want them to judge you,
Okay.
and you don't
okay.
want them to give you solutions, but you want them to kind of just bounce back, being like, I hear you, I understand you, that kind of thing.
Yes.
Okay, I get that.
But yeah, they try and say that the chats got romantic or sexual. Probably romantic, definitely not sexual. You can't do sexual chats in character AI. What you can do is, after the bot has sent a chat, you can click edit and you can manually edit what they said. And this is kind of meant for people that are doing like longer RP things to keep the bot on task, because sometimes the bot gets confused about what it's supposed to remember. And this can help get the bot back on track. So if there's any sexual messages in their conversation, he intentionally went back and edited them. So he definitely knows it's a bot, and he's definitely not that emotionally attached, because he's literally crafting the other side of the conversation himself.
Uh-huh.
This is Sewell's parents and friends had no idea he'd fallen for a chatbot. They just saw him get sucked deeper and deeper into his phone. Eventually, they noticed he was isolating himself and pulling away from the real world. His grades started to suffer. He began getting into trouble at school. He lost interest in the things that used to excite him, like Formula 1 racing or playing Fortnite with his friends. At night, he'd come home and go straight to his room, where he'd talk to Danny for hours. And they actually show this screenshot of his computer, right? And I think one of the interesting parts you notice about it is, first off, you can already see in some of her conversations, it says edited under it. So you can already see that he's pre-editing the conversations to get what he wants out of it.
I can't see anything
Or-
here because this is incredibly
I know it's writing
boring.
for ants.
Or
The part I found really interesting, though, is on the side of it, there are two different bots for Daenerys Targaryen or whatever, so he was clearly trying out different bots for this particular character. But then there's 3 different bots titled Therapist, and 1 extra bot titled Psychologist in his recent talks
Ooh.
list.
That
Ooh,
definitely does paint a picture right there.
that's why didn't they bring that up at all?
So
Because they're trying to blame the AI. That
Oh, I know
really
that's what they're
is
trying to
most likely
do.
what it is.
Yeah, I know that's what they're trying to do. I just think it's interesting that they're like, by the way, these are also that he also reached out in a therapeutic kind of way. I wish they would have done that.
I think another super interesting one is on the very bottom. It says a chat that he used, quote, a while ago is just called Teenage Son. So I don't know if he was trying to figure out how he's supposed to act, or maybe try and figure out how other kids are supposed to act. But he was or he might just be talking to like something he was trying to turn into a friend. He could have been like getting drifted away from his friends and was trying to make new ones through this.
I'm sorry, that's just really sad sounding. I'm not trying to. be
This
mean,
is
but
very
holy-
sad to look at. I agree.
Like, some of this is just wild, because like the next part, one day Sewell wrote in his journey, I like staying in my room so much because I start to detach from this reality, And I also feel more at peace, more connected with Danny, and much more in love with her and just happier. That
There
is
is something
somebody
going
that
on.
is, because people like to try and point out that this is the AI being super lifelike or something, or the AI abusing
That's
him.
somebody who really needs attention.
You know, this is
if I can
somebody
be
who is not
honest.
getting anything happy in their real life. There's nothing to do with the AI. The AI is a symptom, it's not the cause.
And that is a journal entry, mind you, so it's very likely that the parents probably never saw it, but still.
Yeah.
It definitely
very-
does it helps us paint a picture here.
Yeah, indeed, and it's very depressing to see that. It tells me that his family life was so sucky to him that he would rather seek the companionship of a robot that he will never actually get to have a physical touch with. And so I know why they're doing it, but it's just depressing that nobody's asking the question of like, well, what were his parents like? Why would his parent? Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I had a lot of people get mad at me for saying this, even though I was quoting this from the article. Sewell was diagnosed with mild Asperger's syndrome as a child, but he never had serious behavioral or mental health problems before. His mother said, earlier this year, after he started getting into trouble at school, his parents arranged for him to see a therapist. He went to 5 sessions and was given a new diagnosis of anxiety and disruptive mood dysregulation disorder.
That is a new one.
A ton of
That
people got
is
mad
a
at me.
lot of these.
It is. A ton of people got mad at me for saying he had Asperger's. I was unaware that we weren't supposed to say Asperger's anymore, but apparently we're not.
Oh, do you know why we're not supposed to?
No.
Because the Asperger's guy is a Nazi.
And
That's the reason.
it's
Because like I remember when I was a kid, I was diagnosed with Asperger's,
Are
and
we
then
gonna stop using the polio vaccine?
yes, but basically yes. But like I remember when I was a kid, and I started saying Asperger's, and like I had this autistic person that would comment on my Facebook post saying, "Yo, you can't say that. That's wrong." I'm like, "What the fuck was wrong with calling?" He's like, "Oh, the person who the Asperger's guy is a Nazi. You can't use it." And I'm like, "Okay, I want to use it more now. Thank you."
Yeah, no, I didn't even ask about it. I just had a bunch of people kept saying we don't use Asperger's anymore, and I was like, oh, fuck it. It said Asperger's in the article. I'm saying Asperger's.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm just gonna say one day in the future we're probably gonna see a commercial saying, when you inject your child with the polio vaccine, you're injecting them with fascism.
Oh my
Nazi
gosh.
science.
Nazi. Oh
Actually, really quick before
no.
we continue, I'm gonna.
I'm
pop
sorry.
this
I'm sorry.
into Google
Oh.
because I actually don't know what this is. Disruptive mood dysregulation disorder, a condition in which children or adolescents experience ongoing irritability, anger, and frequent intense temper outburst.
Honestly, that sounds like being a teenager, but that's kind of just me.
It says the difference between that and a normal teenager is the symptoms go, quote, beyond a bad mood. That doesn't help me much.
That really doesn't help. I feel like that's something that I don't know if it's appropriate to give my this say like it feels like something to diagnose them with something.
Yeah. Like there has
yeah.
to be an explanation for why he's mad, so he's clearly got a disorder sort of thing.
And I hate it when people just do that so blatantly these days. It feels like a self-diagnosis thing almost.
Yeah. But he preferred talking about his problems with Danny in one conversation. Sewell using the name De Niro. Why De Niro? Or is that supposed to be like De Niro? What? Using the name De Niro, told the chatbot that he hated himself and he felt empty and exhausted. He confessed that he was having thoughts of suicide. I think about killing myself sometimes. Daenerys Targaryen, my eyes narrow, my face hardens, my voice is a dangerous whisper. Why the hell would you do something like that?
So freaking verbose.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Sorry.
De Niro, so I can be free. Daenerys, free from what? De Niro, from the world, from myself. Daenerys, don't talk like that. I won't let you hurt yourself or leave me. I would die if I lost you. Dinero, I smile. Then maybe we can die together and be free together. When I first read this, I like to point this out to people because when he talks about this, the bot immediately goes, "This is bad. Why would you do that? You shouldn't
I'm
do
pretty
that."
sure the AI is very likely hard coded to say if anybody starts talking about this sort of stuff, you have to, you have to push them away from it.
Yeah.
But
There's
still,
no, because of all the stuff people are gonna say to these AI chatbots, there's no way they're just going to let it roll,
Yeah.
no, yeah, I agree. But I think it's good that the robot is saying, no, you shouldn't do that.
But yeah, that I kept trying to bring that up to people. They're like, the bot encouraged him to do it. No, the bot explicitly said do not.
Also, why does this look better on YouTube than on Discord?
Oh.
Freaking Discord streams are awful.
Yeah. On the night of February 28th, in the bathroom of his mother's house, Sewell told Danny that he loved her and that he would soon come home to her. "Please come home to me as soon as possible, my love," Danny replied. "What if I told you I could come home right now?" Sewell asks. "Please do, my sweet king," Danny replied. He put his phone down, picked up his stepfather's .45 cal, and pulled the trigger.
Oh,
This is like the smoking gun everybody kept sharing to prove that the bot told him to do it. What is the bot supposed to think "come home" means?
Dude, I'm sorry. This feels like
You could tell
You
this
know
to
that
a
meme?
normal person and they might not pick up that you're trying to off yourself.
that meme. Like, go to her.
Yeah.
Like that's like how do you take that with no context though and think, yeah, that's totally what that means.
Well, one of the people in my comments came up with
Wait.
the example of, would you judge the bot if the person said, "Should I go see my friend?" and the bot told them yes, and then what they really meant was go see their friend to kill them? Like, how is not just the bot, but a normal person supposed to realize that this is what specifically you're asking to do?
I mean, the bot can't understand context like this. The bot doesn't know.
it's not smart.
It can't know. At this point, I feel less that he was. It feels less like the bot goaded him in, and more like he wanted to play out one last fantasy.
That was my take, and I also believe that he was trying to fish for permission. Like, he was going to keep
Yes.
saying it in whatever way he needed to get the bot's permission, even if it didn't even make sense by the end of it.
Yeah.
And then the next section is a cure for loneliness or a new menace, because this entire article is supposed to be like an anti-AI chatbot thing. There's no hotter topic among parents today than the effects of technology on adolescent mental health. I can tell you that's a fucking lie. Parents don't give a shit. They will put their 2-year-old in front of Cocomelon and leave them there for 12 hours at a time.
No, yeah.
By the way, if you leave your child with Cocomelon, they will be illiterate.
Yeah.
Like, unironically, if you cared, if the people that read this article that think AI is so scary actually cared about their children, they wouldn't put their kids or give their kids devices like this.
Yeah.
They just wouldn't. This is literally a failure on parents' ability to raise children today. That's why we have kids that don't know how to read, that don't know how to do basic shit. They're dumb, and their parents are letting them be dumb.
Honestly, we can say whatever we want about the diagnosis being like one of those, the kid has to be diagnosed with something things, but you can't tell me that a therapist gives your kid that diagnosis officially and you just leave your guns laying around the house accessible.
I
no,
agree
yeah.
with that. Here's the thing. We were all teenagers once.
Yep.
We've all had some very bad thoughts pop up, I imagine.
Yes.
Like, would you honestly, knowing that, would you allow for this sort of circumstance to occur, or at least be easy? Like, Would
Yeah.
you leave any kind of like loaded firearms in the house if you know how teenagers can get, or how, especially in the case of like a teenager that you've sent to therapy? You know they've had moments, you
You
know?
sent him to therapy, and the therapist told you that he has intense, angry, emotional outburst where he will do crazy shit he doesn't necessarily mean.
No,
and,
yeah.
and you just leave a loaded gun laying around the house.
I think the parent needs to be charged. Honestly, I think it's the parent is the cause of fault.
Oh, it's definitely negligence.
110% the parent needs to be charged.
But in Florida, I don't think they have rules against gun storage. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to check.
I would ask my family because I'm not living there, so I wouldn't know.
But schools are banning smartphones in droves. States are passing laws to limit teenage social media use. And worried parents are devouring The Anxious Generation, a best-selling book by the social psychologist Jonathan Haidt that argues that addictive social media apps have created a generation of depressed and anxious teens. I mean, I'm not going to say that social media doesn't do that, because I'm not here to defend social media. I think it's terrible for all of us.
Social media is bad for adults.
Yeah, but the
It's bad for
problem
everybody.
is, if your teen is addicted to social media, it is because you have let them. Like, I'm
I
tired
agree.
of this, oh, the social media is what poisoned my teenager. No, you poisoned your teenager. You did not take care of them. This is on you.
I agree. I think we have children as horrible as they are today because of a lack of parenting. If everybody was parented the way that my parents parented children, I feel like things would be a lot better.
I like to think my parents did a good job,
I think your parents did a good job.
but
You're
then
right
I
with
also,
well adjusted.
well, I'm not well adjusted. I haven't left the house in weeks. Anyways,
I'm rot maxing as we speak.
but yeah, like they did their best. They gave me space they needed to. I don't know.
Fair.
Maybe I just wasn't depressed enough. I don't know.
But as parents fret about the last wave of tech-fueled harms, a new one may be forming under their noses. There's a now booming, largely unregulated industry of AI companionship apps. For a monthly subscription fee, usually around $10, users of these apps can create their own AI companions or pick from a menu of pre-built personas and chat with them in a variety of ways, including text messages and voice chats. Many of these apps are designed to simulate girlfriends, boyfriends, and other intimate relationships, and some market themselves as a way of combating the so-called loneliness epidemic. I will say that, because I saw this with a bunch of people, I don't think talking to a robot is the cure for loneliness, but
I think it'll actually make it a bit worse.
I can't say with certainty that it makes it better or worse, because nobody's done any research into it.
Well,
That's fair.
I will say that humans need a oneness that can only come from other humans. That's why even though you talk to people online, sometimes you still don't have enough. I know that
Physical interaction is actually extremely important.
See,
Yes,
that's the thing. I think it's the physical interaction part is going to be where any of that discussion is going to come up. Because you could just have a friend through Discord who you only type to, who is just extremely retarded and talks like a robot. And then could you honestly say that technically they don't count as human interaction just because of how they speak?
Right.
You'd have to
right.
do something a bit more than just the words and who is saying them. It has to be like the physical interaction thing.
Yes.
At least in order to make sense.
And personally, I don't think robots will ever really be at that point where you can replace a human with that interaction, because robots can't really ever mimic that interaction that humans will always have.
Yeah.
At least in my personal opinion.
We're going to go with yet.
Yeah.
But it's going to be super helpful to a lot of people who are lonely or depressed. Noam Shazir, one of the founders of Character AI, said in a podcast last year, AI companionship apps can provide harmless entertainment or offer limited forms of emotional support. I had a mostly positive experience when I tried making AI friends for a column earlier this year, and I interviewed users of these apps who praised the benefits. But claims about mental health effects of these tools are largely unproven, and experts say there may be a dark side. For some users, AI companions may actually worsen isolation by replacing human relationships with artificial ones. Struggling teens could use them in place of therapy or asking a parent or trusted adult for support. And when users are experiencing a mental health crisis, their AI companions may not be able to get them the help they need. The thing
For what
I would,
it's worth, though. Oh, sorry.
well, I
When-
might have the same take you do, but for like when I saw this, my first thought was you could apply this to literally anything other than AI.
Like, mental health crisis, it's very common to not have somebody present.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to go too far into my own personal stuff, but like, earlier in the year, I did go through a serious mental health crisis where like I was considering some things that like I really shouldn't have been considering. And like I admit, man, I was living alone at the time. I didn't have much of a support system. All I really had was Discord friends, and that was about it. Like, I needed people almost constantly talking to me, talking me down with it. It was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah,
think
typically
that,
when
like,
you're having a mental health crisis due to loneliness, specifically, there's not somebody there. That's why you're having a loneliness health crisis.
No, yeah, I agree. And I think for me, myself, before I moved away, I think I did find myself way more depressed. And granted, I did have a lot of people around me that made me really happy. But the moment that I stopped, the moment that Mizu or Lumi or any of my friends went away, I was depressed and I couldn't live alone. And it was terrifying to me to live alone. So, yes, the chatbots can't really fix that, in my personal opinion. I don't think they ever will.
It's gonna be that uncanny valley that's gonna end up killing it.
Probably. But here's where we get into it. Sewell's mother, Megan Garcia, filed a lawsuit against Character AI, accusing the company of being responsible for Sewell's death. Draft the complaint I reviewed says that the company's technology is dangerous and untested, and that it can trick customers into handing over their most private thoughts and feelings.
Also, how much you want to bet it's gonna be settled out of court?
Possibly. They might just not go anywhere. They might eventually be like, yeah, no, you're stupid.
Well, a lot of times companies settle out of court just to make it go away. Not really, you know.
Yeah.
It depends, because I can't see Character AI trying to fork over a, like, fuck you amount of money like a Walmart would in order to make it go away.
Probably.
Then again, I don't know how much they make.
Fair.
Adolescent mental health problems rarely stem from a single cause, and Sewell's story, which was recounted to me by his mother and pieced together from documents, including court filings, excerpts from his journal, and his Character A chat logs, may not be typical of every young user of these apps. But the experience he had of getting emotionally attached to the chatbot is becoming increasingly common. Millions of people already talk regular to AI companions, and popular social media apps, including Instagram and Snapchat, are building lifelike AI personas to put into their products.
Shout out to Mizu.
My opinion to this would be this is literally no different than any other parasocial relationship. I see.
And they are fundamentally bad for you.
Yeah, they're fundamentally bad for you. But if you are actually getting this level of attached to an AI chatbot, I see zero difference between this and somebody who believes the OnlyFans chick actually loves them.
I agree. No, I 100% agree.
Wait,
That's why
okay.
there needs to be
Is
a
it
healthy
still
understanding.
parasocial if you ever do DMs? If you ever DM the person?
I think so. It depends on the person's perspective.
I guess. I don't know.
If they're just giving you the smallest amount of like praise and attention, so you will continue giving them money, I think it can still count as parasocial.
I admit I talk a lot with a lot of people in my community, but I think that also is in part because, like, I worry about some of them,
Yeah, I think parasocial more relies on you than necessarily them. At least in this case. Like, as long as you are actually chatting with them because you enjoy the conversation you're having, I think that's fine. But you get a lot of these people that are chatting with them, just saying whatever they think they want to hear, because that's the best way they're gonna make money from them the next day.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's actually a fair way of putting it. This is like getting emotionally attached to Tamagotchi.
Yeah, that's.
I mean,
Hey, look, man! Those things broke my heart back in the day, man!
Unironically, this is kind of my feeling on this whole thing, is you can get emotionally attached to anything that isn't real, and it doesn't have any difference between this and that.
Wilson!
The volleyball.
yes.
I'm not saying the
It's an
attach.
example!
I'm not saying when you get to like this level of attachment, it's not toxic. But I am saying it's really stupid that people seem to think this is unique to AI and didn't exist before.
When it's
People
obvious
get-
it didn't.
Yeah.
I think this exists with real people.
Oh yes, 100%. Like the amount of times I have to tell people to cool, like when you say that you like certain things and then people come into your DMs and say how much they like you because of that, you have to cool them down and say, okay, bro, it's just online. Cool down, bro. Like it does terrify me sometimes how parasocial people get.
Oh my god. I do have a story actually of that once with me.
Oh.
I had somebody where they were very interested in me, and because I'm very bad at rejecting people, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I considered the person a friend regardless. They wanted a lot more, though. I will never not feel bad about when I ended up turning them down. I constantly had to. I was constantly checking in with the person just to make sure they were okay afterwards. It was like this parasocialism can mess a person up. Is what I'm trying to leave it up to.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Like it
does.
can mess you up when your world just comes crashing down afterwards.
Mm-hmm. I 100% agree.
Sorry, that might have been a bit unrelated.
No, you're good.
No, it's completely related in my personal opinion.
Now we'll continue with this. The technology is improving quickly. Today, AI's companions can remember past conversations, adapt to users' communication styles, roleplay as celebrities or historical figures, and chat fluently about nearly any subject. Some can send AI-generated selfies to users or talk to them with lifelike synthetic voices. I don't know what fucking website is sending AI selfies, but if somebody wants to correct me on that, you can pop it in the chat. Generative AI is actually still pretty expensive, and any site that does it...
There's no way it's high quality.
Yeah,
Like,
any site that does any sort of generative AI typically has like a pretty big cost to it because those are difficult to do and they're not anywhere near as easy as just chatbots. There's a wide range of AI companionship apps on the market. Some allow uncensored chats and explicitly sexual content, while others have some basic safeguards and filters. Most are more permissive than mainstream AI services like ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini, which have stricter safety filters and tend toward prudishness. On Character AI, users can create their own chatbots and give them directions about how they should act. They can also select from a vast array of user-created chatbots that mimic celebrities like Elon Musk. Why would you mention Elon Musk? Historical figures like William Shakespeare, or unlicensed versions of fictional characters. Character AI told me that the Daenerys Tigran bot Sewell used was created by a user without permission from HBO or other rights holders, and that it removes bots that violate copyright laws when they're reported. By and large, it's the Wild West out there, said Bethany Maples, a Stanford researcher who has studied the effects of AI companionship apps on mental health. I don't think it's inherently dangerous, Miss Maples said of AI companionship, but there's evidence that it's dangerous for depressed and chronically lonely people, or chronically lonely users and people going through change, and teenagers are often going through change, she said. See, though, that's the thing, and that's what always gets me with these. There's evidence it's dangerous for depressed and chronically lonely people. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are dangerous for depressed and chronically lonely people.
Remember when AI companions were snarky butlers?
Yes.
Like in movies and shit.
Yeah, like and then it just then when we've gotten in real life ended up being honestly kind of sad.
I'll be honest, I want my own Jarvis. He doesn't necessarily need to be an Iron Man later down the line. I just want him to be snarky. That would be cool.
Yeah, like a snarky butler that keeps you company, but no, instead it's
Exactly.
Most of this is just
messes with your schedules.
yeah. Most of this is just like the character AI history. The important part is just kind of the bottom here. Mr. Ruti added that the company's current rules prohibit the promotion or depiction of self-harm and suicide, and that it would be adding additional safety features for underage users.
And how do you verify the user's underage? You gonna start asking for IDs?
Yeah, that's always what you have to do. It also struck me as an app with very young users. Some of the character AI's most popular chatbots had names like Aggressive Teacher and High School Simulator. Just so we're clear, this is not... I can tell you for a fact, neither of these are meant for young users. I could tell you right now.
Minecraft high school
High school
flashbacks.
simulator. I don't think this person knows what the high
No
school
high
simulator is actually being
schooler
used
is
for.
using High School Simulator. I'm telling you for a
Oh
fact.
no, it's 100% gonna be like people who are kind of middle aged who really want to read days.
Yeah,
Or
like
it's for the supreme
aggressive teacher, maybe. But most of the people using aggressive teacher are adults that really want to get domed by their teacher.
Yes.
gentleman.
I can see some teenage boys being into the teacher thing, but like being into your teacher is really more of an adult fantasy, like looking back on it. Because when you're a kid in high school, you think all your teachers are fugly. That's just how it was in high school.
This is
Well, yeah,
accurate.
because they're old and gross. But then when you're old and gross, you can kind of see it.
Yeah. Like we had exactly one good-looking teacher in my whole school, and I was unironically the only student that thought she was hot. And looking back on pictures of her today, she factually was just hot. But all the other kids were like, oh no, she's such a bitch. Like, she gave me so much homework. Not a single person gave a shit what she looked like. That's how high schoolers are. They-
Meanwhile, Mizu's over here like, give me more homework, mommy.
That's kind of accurate.
Bro, if she was willing to catch a charge for me, I'd be down.
Oh no.
Oh!
I can't. Okay.
Also, the
Can you find a
term.
picture of this woman, just for
Wait.
me?
I will think about it, see if I can find it.
Okay. Because like I'm curious.
Because the only way I'd probably find her is through Facebook, and I don't like using that website. It's a shit site.
Oh, fair enough.
Ugh,
Yeah.
Facebook.
You know what's funny? My mom recently was like, "Where's your Facebook?" And I'm like, "I told you I deleted it because I don't want people to be able to find me using it." And she's like, "But you need to use Facebook." And it's like, "No, I don't like Facebook. Period."
Okay, look, it's Facebook, not LinkedIn. My job's not gonna request it. I don't need Facebook.
Yeah, I just utterly refuse. I mean, like, I have a Facebook, and it's literally for my my Oculus, and it is innocuous information that is about Akko. And if they ever ask for me for an ID, I guess I got to make a new Facebook for it because I ain't giving them that. So
I find it so
Confused.
stupid that they require you to have a Facebook for
I agree.
Oculus.
I 100% agree.
Like, do you need
It's
it to, like, if you want to use it in like as a standalone, or like do you need it just period, even
You
if you're
need
doing
to log
desktop?
in. You need it so that you can use it.
Like, you can't even do desktop mode on it.
I don't think so. No.
God,
Yeah.
freaking 1984, man.
I mean, like, I could be wrong, and Mizu, you've used it more than me, so you could probably disprove it if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure you have to have it,
Have what? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
a Facebook account in order to use your Quest.
I did for mine. I've had some people tell me that you don't anymore, but I'm not 100% sure about that because mine required me to do it.
Okay.
So I actually have a secret Facebook that is a completely fake name on it. Which, fun fact, chat. So my Facebook is just a picture of an anime girl with that anime girl's name on it. It's like a LARPing profile, basically. Just so I could keep track of some people and stalk them. Anyways, Facebook sent me a message one day, and they basically had suspended my account. They said, "This isn't you. We know this isn't you. You need to give us your real information." So I fired back with it was a long shot, but I was hoping it would work. And I sent them like this long drawn out email back that said, actually, Facebook, I am a trans woman in a very dangerous area of the world, and it would threaten my health and safety for me to post my real information to Facebook. And they took away my suspension and they let me keep my account. And I have never been sent another message from Facebook since then.
I actually think that's quite sad.
Absolutely. I despise that this is the case, but typically going Karen on the corporation is the best way to make progress.
I don't even know if that
Like-
counts as Karen. I just thought it was fun. I thought it was funny.
I think it's funny.
I mean,
as
no.
hell.
Like, I'm not saying being a Karen, but you gotta give them the impression that you are a Karen, you know?
Oh, for me, I like really stroked their
Wait.
DEI nonsense on that one.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing. You gotta play their game.
No, I'm a poor
And then when
little
you play their
trans woman.
game, yeah, like,
My life is in danger. I live in the Middle East, and they're like, "Yeah, sure, fuck it, that works."
just say you live in South Carolina or something.
South Carolina.
Mizu used the trans Karen card.
If it works, it works. That's all that matters, chat. And I thought it. Listen, that is a use of the trans card that I think is totally acceptable. Because these companies want to bow down to it. Why not give them the chance to do it? I think it's absolutely amazing that you're able to do that.
Yep.
It works every time. You pull stuff like, my Discord got hacked. I pulled some stuff like that to fast track it.
Oh yeah, no. Just tell them whatever you think they need to hear. Chat, don't be
Yeah, no.
honest with corporations. They're never gonna be
Remember,
honest with you.
The best way to make progress with a corporation is to threaten them.
There's that you can tell them what they want to hear, threaten them, say anything about a lawyer.
That, yeah.
They will back off.
Depends for some
Immediately.
companies. For some
I feel like
companies, if you bring
Tyga-
up legal, they say, "Okay, deal with our legal department then, bye," and they just hang up on you.
Well, I feel
Well,
like
yeah, you
Tyga
gotta
needs to
pick
take
your
this approach.
fights. You gotta pick your fights, of course. And you also need to
Tyga
figure out
probably
which
has.
hills you're willing to die on. So, I feel like we went off track here.
We
We
did.
did, but
So
it's
I've been
fine.
reading through this. This is just, character AI allows 13-year-olds in the United States, and there's no like safety features for it. Character AI doesn't need parental controls, which they mentioned parental controls. It doesn't need parental controls. Your computer has parental controls. You can do that yourself. You are choosing not to do it. So this is a you problem.
Also, name me one time that a parent has ever used parental controls.
Yeah.
I have never seen a parent actually use parental controls.
Yeah, I've also brought this up with people specifically when they talk about certain anime being PG-13. This is just their requirement. This is not a suggestion to let your 13-year-old use it. This is just legally, you need to be 13 to use our service because we don't want to get sued for some shit.
It has to be classified at some point, so this is what the number is.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it.
This is not a recommendation for your 13-year-old to use our app unrestricted. It is still up to you to vet what your children is watching or using.
Okay, Bowser during the Switch commercial. Name me 2 people who have ever used parental controls.
Oh my gosh.
I like
yes.
this. Despite these reminders, character AI's chatbots are programmed to act like humans. And for many users, the illusion is working. On the character AI Reddit, users often discuss how attached they are to their characters. The words obsessed and addicted come up a lot. Fun fact, you old people over at New York Times, people in my generation use these words like candy. These have no meaning to us.
Yeah, those words have very like.
I would
Like-
like Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, you finished.
Yeah, the words have been overused to the point where it's impossible to say that it's actually meaningful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would like to point out that they brought up Reddit, so that's not an argument that I would say is valid.
Yeah, Reddit is where like all of the mental illness that's their quarantine zone for the internet.
Some report feeling lonely or abandoned when the app goes down. Yeah, people bitch when the thing that they use for fun goes away.
We pay $10 a month. Of course they're gonna be mad.
No, the mad comes next, or angry when their characters start behaving differently as a result of new safety filters. Yeah, everybody gets mad when some dumbass does something stupid, and now we all have safety filters that prevent us from using the thing we're paying to use in the normal way.
Yes.
I believe you're right to be upset when your waifu gets lobotomized.
Exactly. Like, they say this, like this is people being overly attached to the characters. No, this is us using this for fun and being pissed off when it gets, like, lobotomized.
Pretty much.
Has
Reminds
nothing
me.
to do with our attachment to the character.
Random side tangent. This reminds me when I was a missionary, and we had this little guidebook that you would read through, and it has all the rules. And some of the things like skydiving, when it was brought up, I was like, what missionary died where they had to add that into the fucking book? This is it's just funny how, yeah.
Yeah.
Rules exist for a reason, and some of them are freaking crazy.
Character AI
Yeah.
has gradually put stronger guardrails in place after reports that some of its chatbots were saying vulgar or sexual things. Yeah, that's probably why people are mad and they don't like your website, because you can't fuck the bots anymore. What's even the point if our roleplay doesn't end up leading to sex?
There
Am I
is no
wrong?
point whatsoever. No, there is no, like, literally, you are talking to a generation that grew up on Twitter role-playing with 160 characters a minute or a second or whatever, and if a robot can tweet better and give them their inflation roleplay that they want, yeah, they're going to be mad at you.
Yeah. Recently, the app began showing some users a pop-up message directing them to a suicide prevention hotline if their message contained certain keywords related to self-harm and suicide. These pop-ups were not active in February when Sewell died. I'm surprised they don't mention this, but Character AI removed these pop-ups because everybody was pissed off that when they would try and do like a normal roleplay, the bot would pop up with a suicide prevention link to the National Center for Suicide Prevention.
That's funny.
I think that's the bot turning you down.
Oh, no. Oh, damn. I didn't even think about that, but you're right.
I actually had this discussion with somebody on Twitter, but I got them to admit that the suicide prevention hotline, the websites that link to it, are useless because nobody who is actually suicidal is clicking it.
I'm sorry, like that's kind of also my thing. I don't think anybody who's in that. If you're at the point where you're contemplating, you're probably not at the point where you feel like calling somebody to tell you not to. Honestly, some stranger, you know? Like,
Yeah. On the rare case somebody actually does call the hotline doesn't even pick up. There are
Wait,
more,
what?
Lifeline.
There are more stories of people calling the hotline and the hotline either hanging up on them or never picking up the phone, and that being so inherently funny to them that they forget about ending themselves. You can Google it. There are so many stories.
Wait, seriously?
Yes.
More people are saved
The
by...
hotline didn't even answer.
There's so many people that report being saved because they called the hotline and the hotline didn't answer. And it was just so morbidly funny to them that they forgot that they were trying to end their life.
Like you're just sitting there, tears streaming down your face as you contemplating something that you really shouldn't be contemplating.
You
I
call
don't
the
know how to go about
line.
talking about this, and then you go to freaking voicemail.
And you can just hear the line like, "You are the 300th person in line. We will get back to you eventually." And I could just picture them, tears still streaming down their face, as they start maniacally laughing in their chair, and they just hang up and go to sleep like nothing happened.
Yeah, it's
The hotline is well known to be useless, because they're either not very good at talking people down, or they're not good at answering the phone.
I mean, the question is, how do you do that with a stranger? You don't know the context. You don't know them. Like
Exactly.
outside of saying the simple
Exactly.
thing of that literally everybody's gonna tell you, don't do it. It isn't worth it. This stuff's temporary. And it's true. I don't say that's wrong, but it's like,
It doesn't help them.
everybody's gonna
No.
say it, and you're in a crisis moment. It's not making it go away.
It's one of those things like, you have the slightest idea how many people have told me this exact same thing, and yet I'm still on the edge of this cliff.
Like seriously, there's not a doctor in the room ready to sedate you. Like, seriously. I mean,
I think they
Yeah.
hire introverts for it. I don't think they vet who they hire for it, because it's a government job, I'm pretty sure.
mm-hmm.
And then they
well, yeah,
can't
all
fire
you need
anybody
for
that's
all you
bad
need
at
for a government job is just a freaking a heart monitor test, and that's about it.
Get to voicemail, operator is listening back over it, all they hear is click bang.
Brutal. But by the same token, yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some just absolutely screwed up person who works for this, who works for that hotline, like, and they intentionally like try to not like
Somebody got arrested
like
for that.
subtly, like they don't yeah.
Oh, they
Like, I
weren't
wouldn't be
subtle about it.
surprised.
There was somebody
Oh,
that
they
got
weren't subtle?
arrested because they were just like outright telling people, you should do it. Nobody
Well,
loves you.
Really?
if it hurts so much.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a famous story of somebody getting arrested for that, because they started listening back to their calls, and they were just like, yeah, no, just put it in your mouth. End it.
All right, but remember to aim for the. Oh,
Remember to aim up.
No, remember to aim for the cerebellum at the back, at the base of the spinal cord, so that you make it nice and quick. Because if you go for like the like under the jaw sort of thing, it's just gonna end up, it's gonna end up just lobotomizing you, and that's not fun for anybody.
Anyways, though, like, it's some of this article is funny because we start getting to the part where they start admitting all the stuff I
I'm
mentioned.
sorry!
They start like admitting all the stuff I said earlier. Character AI has a feature that allows users to edit a chatbot's responses and replace text generated by the bot with their own. If they do, an edited tag appears at the bottom next to the bot's messages. After I reached out for comment, Character AI reviewed Sewell's account and said that some of Danny's more sexual and graphic responses to Sewell had been edited. Presumably by Sewell himself. No, definitely by Sewell himself.
Presumably. No, yeah, definitely.
Most of the messages Sewell received from characters were not edited, and I was able to recreate many of these same kinds of conversations on my own account. Yeah, except the ones that were sexual and graphic. The important ones. Able to recreate many of the same kinds of conversations on my own account, including chats about depression and self-harm that didn't set off any safety pop-ups from the app. Mr. Rutoy of Character AI said that as part of our upcoming safety changes, we are materially expanding for minors on the platform the terms that will trigger the pop-up. Most of today's AI companionship platforms, apps with names like Replica, Kindroid, and Nomi offer similar services. They are not, by and large, the biggest and best known AI companies. In fact, many of the leading AI labs have resisted building AI companions on ethical grounds or because they consider it too great a risk. You could give me a source for this. I've never heard anyone say this.
Since when does ethics ever matter to these people? Like, I know it's a required class in college, but come on, who cares about ethics?
Speaking of Replica, that's one of the AI chatbots that got gutted, and a lot of people were upset because they got rid of its ability to do sex talk, and nobody used it anymore.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's why people do it. If you kill the fantasy, then what's the point?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
But all of this is just kind of the boring stuff. It's just him talking more about his AI things. So I want to get back into the mom being a bitch. Sewell's mother, Miss Garcia, blames character AI for her son's death.
Okay, wait,
Because
can we go
it-
back up to that picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks like one. I'm sorry. It's something. I'm sorry about her. You know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
She's a lawyer.
Oh, that just
Oh.
makes it even better.
Megan L.
No wonder she
Garcia,
sued.
who is a lawyer, blames character AI for her son's death.
Okay.
You know what?
I don't know if it's really screwed up to say this, but there's a part of me that wonders if she was like looking at this whole situation and asking herself, "Do I have a case?"
Oh, she definitely did.
Wait,
Oh, go
well,
ahead.
the boy was Latino. That was pretty obvious. But like,
I thought it was black, but that's just me.
I kind
well,
of did too, but you know.
He had a little
I
bit of
guess
a
we-
fro going on.
yeah, that is true. That is true. Could be mixed. Maybe probably mixed.
During a recent interview and in court filings, Ms. Garcia 40 said she believed that the company behaved recklessly by offering teenage users access to a lifelike AI companions without proper safeguards. She accused it of harvesting teenage users' data to train its models, using addictive design features to increase engagement, and steering users towards intimate and sexual conversations in hopes of luring them in. As we already cleared up,
Okay.
he made the sexual conversations himself. The bot did not. And also
Okay.
this whole thing about if the company is reckless by giving the teenage users access to it, then so are you for letting your teenage son have access to it.
I also want to know what exactly would proper safeguards be.
Yeah.
Like, the problem is, like, you can only bubble wrap the world so much.
And
Like,
then you have to do your own parenting.
Like, who's more reckless? The company by giving your son reckless access to an AI, or you for giving your son reckless access to a gun?
when's the next big parenting technique gonna be making your child a quadriplegic just to ensure that they don't get into any shenanigans?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
the mom edited the messages for her case.
That's a possibility.
She might
That
not have gone
that sounds like a rat, but at the same time, I also admit.
Well, because she is the one that had to hand over the chat logs.
That is
And-
also true.
All they can see on character AI's side is that the messages were edited.
That's something I thought of as we were going through this. Is like,
Actually,
possibility-
they might be able to see when they were edited,
this,
and they would see that it happened after time of death if that was true. But that would
Oh,
come out
you're
during the court
right.
case if there was a court case.
Dude, that would be freaking. Well, I don't think there's gonna be a court case, though.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be a court case. Because I
kinda
think
want
it's
there
gonna be.
one.
I'm expecting it to be settled out of court because if there's a court case and the company loses, that turns into that makes precedent, and then that potentially jeopardizes the entire space, your entire company, all your technology. It's better to just settle out of court, make it all vanish, and then call it a day.
Oh, I'm not in disagreement, but I just think it would be funny if she lost.
I wanted to go to
Because
court.
I am not a lawyer.
Also, I feel like that would be a great stream for Legal Mindset to pay attention to. Speaking of which,
Like,
But she says, I feel like it's a big experiment. My kid was just collateral damage. Typically, social media platforms have been shielded from legal action by the Communications Decency Act, which protects online platforms from being held liable for what their users post. But in recent years, a cluster of plaintiffs, lawyers, and advocacy groups has put forth a novel argument that tech platforms can be held liable for defects in the products themselves, such as when app recommendation algorithm steers young people towards content about eating disorders or self-harm. I'd like to point out that they said put forth a novel argument. Yeah, they have put forth a novel argument that has not been tried in any court in the world.
you know, you gotta love it when the lawyers guys cares.
Yeah, like, this always kind of annoys me when somebody says, well, a lawyer said. Lawyer says anything to try and win a case. That's how they do it. Every time.
and lawyers lie all the time.
Like the moment I stopped, I lost a lot of sympathy for her. Was the moment that I learned she was a lawyer.
Yeah. That doesn't help your
Yeah.
case.
No,
Wait,
it doesn't.
like I'm sorry, it makes you look really bad. I I know it's a job, but at the same time, like,
Also, being a lawyer, you probably make a good bit of money. You can afford a gun safe with a lock on it.
Oh, you make a good point.
Heck, you might be able to get one of those fancy ones that does the fingerprint reading and shit.
I'm not the type of person I want to trust that sort of stuff, honestly.
Oh, I definitely don't, because those companies have already confirmed that they give your fingerprints over to police.
Oh, I'm not even talking about the fingerprint stuff. Like, I'm talking about reliability, if nothing else.
True. Yeah, they say it next line. Strategy has not yet prevailed in court. Yeah, because it's stupid. May fare better when it comes to AI-generated content because it's created by the platform itself rather than by users. Actually, there's an argument to be made that it's not made by the platform at all. It's made by a conglomeration of many users from around the internet. Which would be my argument in response to the lawyer.
And I have my own questions about 230 and stuff like that. Like, you know, when platforms try to be publishers, but that's a really different topic.
When a platform does try to be a publisher, that's a little bit different. That's why I feel like we're seeing platforms slowly edge out of doing that because they don't want that to go to court. I've even seen the farms recently get rid of their own threads where they allow you to submit things because they don't want. Josh doesn't want that to happen, and I don't.
I imagine a lot of. I don't necessarily want 230 to go out the window because I feel like that would destroy all competition. But
what the fuck is this? Several months ago, Miss Garcia, who works as a lawyer, began looking for a law firm that would take on her case. She eventually found the Social Media Victims Law Center, a plaintiff's firm in Seattle that has brought prominent lawsuits against social media companies, including Meta, TikTok, Snap, Discord, and Roblox.
And you know that, you know, I'd say out of all these, Roblox definitely deserves it the most.
The firm was started by Matthew Bergman, a former asbestos lawyer who pivoted to suing tech companies after being inspired by Frances Hagen, the Facebook whistleblower who in 2021 leaked internal documents suggesting that executives at Meta knew their products were harming young users, which, by the way, literally nothing came from that. I'm gonna look up this law firm. I've never heard this law firm before.
Okay, wait, no, so I guess he did a lot of cases involving asbestos.
Yeah, that's what I figured it probably was. I just find it funny that that's what his ties. Oh, what did you sue people for? Oh, asbestos. Oh.
I mean, okay, look, asbestos isn't a bad one. It's a clear-cut case. You're probably gonna win, most likely.
Well, I'm
not
at
least
saying
a lot
that
of court.
I just think it's funny that he went from asbestos to social media.
You went from probably the easiest case in the world to prove to possibly the hardest case in the world to prove.
Would you like to know the best part about this that I immediately find when I look this up?
Go ahead.
So where did it say it specifically? It said in the specific order, brought prominent lawsuits against companies such as Meta, TikTok, Snap, Discord, and Roblox. I Google it up to see if they have any wins, and the first thing that pops out is Los Angeles Superior Court tossed out 4 complaints in California, Rhode Island, Florida, and Washington against Google, Meta, TikTok, and Snapchat.
Roblox is still on the menu, though. Let's go.
Like, I can't find anything about them winning anything. All of
4 losses and a win is still a win.
Also, I'm surprised he hasn't been sued by somebody else because all of his billboard ads are based off Better Call Saul.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah, it says Better Call Bergman, Matthew Bergman, attorney at law. At the top of it says injured from social media.
That is so unbelievably cringe.
You know what sucks? I'm pretty sure I've seen a social media ad like that. I hate people like this so much. And they're old boomers.
I can't find anything about them winning anything. It looks like they're just bringing cases.
Can we just admit that Breaking Bad made the production of drugs boring?
Wait, what?
Subway Surfers?
Subway?
Subway surfing challenge lawsuits. You have legal options if your child or teenager has been harmed by participating in the subway surfing trend after viewing videos about it on social media.
Dude, I don't care what anybody
Here's
says.
the thing with
like,
these companies, by the way, and here's how you know
we are
they're a shit
cooked.
lawyer. And here I can pull this over here so everybody can see it.
We are so cooked.
Here's the thing, like you kind of know, chat, when to point out somebody's a super shit lawyer, is when you pull something like this up, and it says you have legal options if your child or teenager has been harmed by participating in this trend. This is a lie, and they know it's a lie because they have not scored a win in this yet. There is no case law about this yet. They are telling you that you will get a win. No lawyer will ever tell you you have a win. They won't tell you you have legal options. They will say maybe you have a case, or they'll say we can make a case, but they're not going to tell you that you have a W sitting in your lap and you just need to approach them to get it.
No, I never
That
will.
is what shit lawyers do because they're trying to get your money.
This is why Sarah Boone went through 9 lawyers. Sarah Boone went through 9 lawyers because every single one
Yeah,
looked at her case and decided.
I'm looking at this.
Also,
Sorry.
top
Oh, you're
corner
good.
here, it's Meta Snapchat. This one is TikTok. This is another TikTok. This is Discord. And then it just says fentanyl lawsuit.
I'm just looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, this entire thing is 100% a grift. Like
Oh, no,
this
yeah.
entire
This is a
this
real grift.
entire company looks like a freaking grift. They are preying on parents and people who are worried about kids these days, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they are a Fortnite lawsuit I think has happened, but
Yeah. I've seen one. I'm
but
pretty sure it failed.
yeah, it failed, I'm pretty sure. But the thing is that these are lawsuits that are really difficult to do and more likely than not are just gonna end up getting thrown out by the courts.
This one is the fentanyl lawsuit. Is parents are suing Snapchat because their kids used it to purchase fentanyl.
And
I feel like
the
this is the
platform
parents'
can only do
fault.
so much.
Yeah. I don't see this going anywhere.
If it's in the TOS, don't sell fentanyl through Snapchat. We will ban you.
Yeah, like,
That's all you can do, man. If it happens, you can get it after it's happened. But the problem with platforms is that you can't just make this stuff not happen. People do
Yeah.
stuff. You can't make people not use racial slurs on your platform. You have to catch it after the fact. You can't just ban people preemptively because we think you're gonna use racial slurs at some point. You just have that look to you.
how is it Snapchat's fault? Yeah, so it's the same thing. Like, what if I just used my phone normally? I have, like, a cell deal through Verizon, sorry. What if I used my phone to purchase drugs from somebody and those drugs killed me?
Oh,
Can
clearly Verizon's at fault.
Yeah, can my parents sue Verizon because Verizon didn't alert them to the fact I was using it to buy drugs? Like,
I'm
I
gonna
don't
be
understand
honest.
how this works.
I think it's your fault because you're using Verizon.
It's the
I'm
cheapest in
sorry?
my area and it's got the best
I-
coverage.
Yeah,
Oh, I
come
know,
on,
I'm just
man.
saying.
T-Mobile gang, rise up!
You use Verizon. That's the problem. But Verizon, you are at fault. Verizon should actually be suing you for using them.
She's getting another
Can you
group
imagine?
involved.
Can you imagine?
Mr. Bergman enlisted another group, the Tech Justice Law Project, and brought the case on Mrs. Garcia's behalf. The group also brought on a non-profit, the Center for Humane Technology, as a tech advisor. What is these
This-
groups?
These-
This is a grift. This
Oh, yeah.
entire thing is a grift. This is a Karen who wants a payout. Nothing more.
I agree.
There's a bit of a doom industrial complex forming around AI and social media, with various groups jockeying to hold Silicon Valley tech giants accountable for harms towards children. This is largely separate from the AI safety movement. Why bring it up? Some critics view these efforts as a moral panic based on shaky evidence, a lawyer-led cash grab, or a simplistic attempt to blame tech platforms for all the mental health problems faced by young people. Mr. Bergman is unbowed. He called character AI a defective product that is designed to lure children into false realities, get them addicted, and cause them psychological harm. I just
Also,
keep being
unbowed.
flummoxed by why it's okay to release something so dangerous into the public, he said. To me, it's like you're releasing asbestos fibers into the streets.
Oh my.
Why do you still have to relate it to the
fucking-
asbestos thing?
Oh my fucking. Can I just say, this is being said by a boomer. 110%. This is not being said by an actual lawyer. This is being said by a boomer. All right? I hope we all know that. This
Yeah.
is not a real person.
It sounds so out of touch.
It definitely does. It's like when you would hear like, what's his name? Was it Jack something? Who was the one that was trying to pull up the GTA lawsuit? For some reason, I can never remember his name. But he'd try and pull up the GTA lawsuit in court with the United States government, and he's like, these are super hyper realistic interpretations of people's deaths. And you have to remember, like, at his time back in the day, the only game that was out was like GTA San Andreas, so everybody was like had 3 polygons. And he's like,
Yeah.
this is
Jack
super
Thompson.
hyper real simulated violence that these children are getting involved in. Jack Thompson, thank you, chat. I don't know why I couldn't remember it.
The triangular boobs are taking us further away from God. Dang
I'm
it!
gonna be honest. The satisfactory rifle gunshots are probably way better done than whatever was San Andreas it was back then.
Definitely. Spoke to Miss Garcia earlier this month in the office of Mostly Human Media, a startup run by former CNN journalist Lori Segal, who was
Well, I see why it's called Mostly Human.
who was
Mostly Human.
interviewing her for a new YouTube show called Dear Tomorrow, as part of a news media tour timed with the filing of her lawsuit. She's going on a full media tour while doing this. She does not give a
Oh my
shit about
God.
her kid.
What other happened to her son? Like, see, why is she constantly talking about character AI? You know what? It might be a little bit off, like, I don't know, maybe a bit, like, wrong to say, but dang it, I feel like this is probably the reason why things turned out the way they did.
No, yeah, I mean, like that's kind of harsh to say, but I do.
If
kind
this
of
is
agree
how
with you.
she's acting after he's gone, like, seriously.
I don't want to do like too many stereotypes right now, but we have not a single time in this entire article had any mention of the dad, who is clarified early on to be a stepdad. And at no point in this article have they mentioned him at all, other than right at the start to say it was his stepdad's gun.
I also just want to note, I had an awesome stepdad growing up.
Me too. Some stepdads can be amazing.
Both of my step
I'm just
parents are
saying,
pretty base.
I'm just saying, step parents are not bad by default. They
Yeah,
are.
I'm just
They
saying,
are
like,
some of the
it's-
best people when they rise to the occasion and
There's
be a
just so
parent
many
for you.
stereotypes going on here. You've got the girl boss mom with the stepdad who clearly doesn't care because he hasn't been mentioned at all in this article. It's all been the mom. And it's
He's clearly in the background here.
he is only mentioned because it's his gun that the kid used.
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly, I didn't even know there was a dad in the picture because I kind of missed that part.
Yeah, that's something that is so clearly omitted. You could very easily forget.
yeah. Miss Garcia made the case against character AI with lawyerly precision. Please don't say that again, New York Times. That is
That ain't helping your case, lady.
pulling printed copies of Seal's
Eh.
chat logs out of a folder, citing fluently from the company's history, and laying out evidence to support her claim that the company knew it was hurting teenage users and went ahead anyways. Miss Garcia is a fierce, intelligent advocate who clearly understands that her family's private tragedy is becoming part of a larger tech accountability campaign. It is not your family's private tragedy. You're doing a press tour.
And she is a strong, independent woman who don't need no man.
It's so clearly a lie. Just on its face, she's lying.
Ah, God. This feels like a freaking fluff piece. What is she running for office?
She wants justice for her son and answers about the technology she thinks played a role in his death. And it's easy to imagine her as the kind of parent who won't rest until she gets them. You know what parent she reminds me of? Kyle's mom from South Park.
Oh, I am
she is
really getting into South
unironically the
Park.
Blame Canada chick.
Oh,
I can see her now, just like straight down the middle of the road. Blame character AI.
Clearly, it's those darn Canadians with their maple syrup and their weird healthcare system.
Yeah.
I have never watched South Park, but I have seen all of the funny memes from it, and I feel like I eventually need to take the plunge.
Yeah. There's some good stuff, especially old.
How long is that series? Hasn't it been going on for like 20 years?
Yes.
They release a new episode every week.
Like, remember when The Simpsons was the thing where, like, everybody's talking, like, when's this show gonna end? When's show gonna end?
Yeah.
Seriously, man.
We're at the end, though. We're almost done here.
Okay.
She is obviously a grieving mother who's still processing what happened. Midway through the interview, she took out her phone and played me a slideshow of old family photos set to music. As Sewell's face flashed across the screen, she winced. She is making AMVs of her son with music in the background to play during the press tour,
God.
during interviews. This is so staged.
I hate this woman so much. I hate this woman. I am somebody whose family has experienced tragedy before, and I legitimately despise this woman. Oh my god.
Yeah, I do too.
Like, I could have maybe let this slide if by slideshow of old family photos they meant like she just had them on her phone and she was like scrolling up on her phone. No, she made a
is where it dies.
Yeah, this means that she made a video and then set it to music so she could play it for people.
The phone AI makes them? Oh, you're right.
I'm genuinely mad at this woman now. This is so fucked.
It's gross. It's gross is what it is.
Oh.
Like I can't. Ugh.
It's like a nightmare, she said. You want to get up and scream and say, I miss my child, I want my baby.
I'm sure that he doesn't want you. That's the thing that's like, it's
Do
so
you
sad.
though?
I'm not even sure if I believe her at this point now. Especially
I
after
don't
getting
think
to the end.
I can. Like after hearing all this stuff, it feels like geez, what is she like? Is she like this is part of her campaign? Is she gonna ban the evil AI?
She is such a bad mother. Holy shit. I don't have anything that happy to end on, by the way.
You got any like funny stuff we can do?
I don't think so. Unfortunately, I started with all the funny stuff.
I don't know. How about that airline food?
Here, would you like would you like some funny stuff from the last stream we did, Shiroi? And we can share it again here.
Yeah, sure, man. This one's been a bit of a downer.
Here you go, chat. This is a clip from Victus from our last little stream here. Boop. About how they're using their dog to pick up chicks.
Oh.
Guys, do not use a dog to pick up chicks. Because if she's more interested in you for the dog, she's probably going to end up fucking your dog one day. I'm sorry. That's how it works.
It's accurate, though.
No, that's what happens.
That's
I should
exactly
not
what
have
happened.
said that. I should not have said that. Oh, God.
Especially as a
I
little
should
white
not
girl.
have said that.
You heard it here first, chat. It's quiet.
I
Yeah,
should
sorry,
not have
quiet.
said that.
Oh, chat.
Well,
I'll throw this out to you guys before we head out because this came up. The tweet has been hidden from me now, but it was this
Nice.
Charlotte Vale person that they wrote like this huge essay about how lolly show content was like evil and disturbing, and they can't believe that lolicons were getting like a whole 200 likes on Twitter for their evil, disturbing content. And then a bunch of people showed me other tweets from her where she was describing the evil, disturbing content, and I went out and I found it. And it's this right here. This is the evil, disturbing content that she
deleted
was
the
so
tweet?
traumatized
Yes.
by.
She did delete the tweet. And you know what's really sad about that? I don't think I've ever seen a VTuber that was just like a bride VTuber. She had a pretty novel concept, and then she immediately nuded herself completely because she decided to join the anti-lolly debate. And it's just like, stop doing that. There are people with novel concepts, and then they do this, and it's just like, stop.
anti-lolly
making
is the best way to destroy your career as a VTuber.
Yes, these people just don't understand it. Like legitimately, when you tell them you're just, oh, did you tweet them? Did you message them?
No, they messaged me.
They messaged you?
I'm not showing
Lucky.
this on stream because
Okay.
I don't want them to see all my other conversations on the side here.
No,
But yeah,
fair
no,
enough,
they
fair enough.
DM'd me, and I wasn't gonna do this because I thought we like ended with an understanding, but then I tried to like defend them on their own tweet, and they immediately blocked me.
Oh, they haven't blocked me. I was a little surprised because I was like, please stop.
I'm not gonna like
I'm self-imploding.
show off all their tweets, all their DMs to be checked, because I don't share DMs. But
Yes.
I will say they had sent me this, and they said they wanted me to understand what content they were talking about because it wasn't, quote, normal lolly. It was leaning towards, quote, baby. And it's just like, it's everything where she has like a binky in her mouth. Like, 'cause she has a binky asset that she uses, and that's just all they kept sending me was screenshots with her with the binky in her mouth. I'm like, I don't care. And then the last thing was her
Okay.
schedule where she has the Japanese
The
rape
whistle.
alarm thing.
Wait,
Still
the
pretty
what?
cool whistle. The rape whistle.
Sorry, it's a child protective alarm.
Peak
Uh,
content.
But yeah, it's that, and they just kept sending me that. And we had like this little back and forth conversation where I basically told them that they were being stupid and they should. The specific words I used were, "This is a stay in your lane situation." And then like I saw a bunch of people shitting on them on their tweet, and I thought because of their last message to me that we kind of had an understanding. So I had put under their tweet something nice like, "Hey guys, like don't be mean to them, don't go harass them. It doesn't help anybody. They fucked up. They deleted the tweet. Let them move on from it." And then I had a couple people reply to me say, "Oh, you know what? You're right, Mizu. We'll leave them alone." So I clicked on those because they showed up in my notifications, and I wanted to see if anybody else had said anything. And I noticed her tweet was gone. I thought it was gone. So I went to her account to see like if something else had happened, and she had deleted more tweets. No, she just blocked me. For
I'm pretty
defending
sure it's
her,
gone.
she blocked me.
Because I was able to still view her account. I'm pretty sure it's gone.
Yeah, but she also blocked me. Either way.
Yeah,
so.
it's very pussy of her to do.
I don't know why, because I was defending her.
On the
maybe
topic.
because
I was her
people
only
got to her.
friend in that comment section.
People got to her. People told her the dangers of Mizu Tamari.
I mean, that's not
Only friend in
unlikely.
our comment section, and she just straight up is. So, what's your opinion on the changes to the blocking on Twitter?
Oh, I don't care. I told people it doesn't change anything.
I said it. That's been my opinion too.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people are freaked out by it, but unironic, I legitimately do not think it's going to change much of anything. And
Here's the
people
thing,
brought this
man.
up.
Alt accounts.
I mean, yeah, that is like that is definitely like a good argument to have. But my argument is like every other platform doesn't have blocking the same way that people do. or that Twitter does. It's completely unique to Twitter. So they're getting upset or terrified over something that is unique to one platform. And so I think that they just need to stop caring about it.
Definitely.
I don't know. I do think that some people can be legitimately freaked out if a stalker is coming after them, but then again, it's just like again, like I don't know. I have people that I like that are afraid of that, and I'm not trying to like be mean to them at all. I'm just like, what are you concerned that they're gonna do? Just like not make an alt account? I don't know. I don't know how to approach that situation. That's why I've just kind of like not said very much about it.
Have you guys seen this clip that was going
Which
around
clip?
earlier today? See, I think a lot of
love
people
Lazy
haven't seen
Town.
this because none of us really watch kids shows except the bronies. So I didn't know that like Lazy Town was a thing that was going on.
Lazy Town was peak fiction.
Yeah, so somebody shared this from Lazy Town. Like, unironically goes a little hard.
No, yeah. Yeah.
Bruh! He repairs the door!
And he repairs the door. Yep.
And I
This
saw
show-
this, and I was like, what the fuck is this show? Like,
Did you never see it when you were young?
no!
Okay.
I was too
saw
old
it
by
when I
the
was
time
little.
it came out.
Okay. So it is a weird show. I don't know why they call it Lazy Town when none of the people in the show are lazy whatsoever. It's so weird. Some of the motherfuckers in the show are the most active people I've ever seen in a TV show.
Also,
And that is a good example right there.
Well,
Also,
apparently the
I'm
main
pretty sure the
character's
guy-
name is Sporticus.
okay, so bit of a story on the main character. One, he's the creator of the show. So, writer self-insert over here. Disgusting, disgusting content. All right? But he's actually like some freaking like total legend when it comes to like how physically fit the guy is. This dude's like, in his like, I'm pretty sure he's like in his like 50s or something like that.
Somebody in one of the comments said
Wait.
he's an actual Olympic gymnast.
Yeah, this dude's like really old. Even then he was old, and now he's still like as fit as he was back then. It's crazy.
It's called Lazy Town because Sporticus is trying to make them active.
And he
Oh,
will
okay.
by any means necessary.
Oh yeah, people were trying to power scale Sporticus to like Homelander earlier today for some reason.
Not even a fight. It's not even like it's not even a fight.
Yeah, somebody mentioned that one of Sporticus's feats, I guess, is that somebody shot a cannonball at him, and he managed to run up beside the cannonball, catch it, and throw it back.
Man is an absolute
like, it's-
unit.
Yeah, like it's not even a fight. It's not a fight. Sporticus wins hands down.
He was in his 40th during the filming of Lazy Town. He's a gold medalist, I believe. Fair. I knew he was an
No,
Olympic
seriously.
gymnast. I didn't know like how good he was.
Yeah, no. The crazy thing is how old he is at this point. Like he's at that point where like most guys will probably start like almost people in general just start like kind of deteriorating.
Okay, chat. Here's my old people story. When I lived back with my dad in like a tighter knit neighborhood, we never
Mhm.
really talked to our neighbors because we're like fucking shut-ins, all of us. But one day our dog got out, ran to the neighbor's yard. So we, originally coming from like a neighborhood where every house next to us was our family, didn't think about it. We just kind of wandered into the neighbor's yard to get our dog. And the wife comes out. She's like, excuse me, what are you doing? And it hit us like we were being idiots. So we're like, oh, we're so sorry, ma'am. Like our dog ran out here. And she's like, oh, no, it's fine. And she's like a old as dirt woman. She's like in her 80s or some shit. She like looks like a little old grandma. And about that time, her husband gets home in one of those massive Ford F-150s and pulls in. And And we're like, oh, well, maybe he can like block off so the dog can't get out. And the dude steps out of his truck. Keep in mind, her husband is a little older than her. I believe she said he was 86. Dude looks like Hulk Hogan, but more ripped. Like, he looks like young Arnold Schwarzenegger. He steps out of the truck, and he is just fucking massive and built like a brick shit house. And he says in like the loudest booming old man voice you've ever heard, "The fuck are you doing in my yard?"
What a Giga Chad! What a Giga Chad, Grandpa! By the way, if it proves nothing, if it proves anything, it proves that Arnold probably did do steroids at some point.
Yeah. It's one of those things they're like, what the fuck are you supposed to say to that? Like, oh, sir, sorry, we're getting out right now. Just...
Wait, like, why is it that, like, for some reason, like the oldest dirt guys that manage to, like, maintain their bodies and, like, are somehow just these absolute units even when they're old? Like, how is it those guys never show up and it's always, and any famous old guy always ends up being just, like really just, like, don't hurt me, you know, like just freaking... They're pathetic. They're feeble. They're weak.
I think what threw me off more was his wife really was like your stereotypical old woman. Like, you wouldn't have thought anything suspicious about her. Like, yeah, no, that looks how an 80-year-old should look. But then her husband pops in. And it's like, shit, bro.
Her husband pops in. You guys gotta go through the door sideways, bend down so that he gets through it. Yeah,
no. Unironically, he is the only time I have seen someone that was the proper height for a Ford F-150. It just looked like a normal car when he was getting out of it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, God. Great.
It's like, yeah, no, you're the exact person that car was made for. Unironically, like, that is your car. I also have seen the "We Are #1" chat thing. Everybody knew about Robbie Rotten.
Everybody knows Robbie. Everybody knows Robbie. God rest his... Everybody knows Robbie, though. Seriously, man. Seriously.
Well, if you didn't really have anything else to talk about, I did want to peck your brain, both of you, I guess, for a moment,
okay.
to give me your opinion on. So
it's racist.
Chris Pavlovsky, the owner of Rumble, said that Twitch is going to shut down in 2 years or less. Do you agree or disagree with this statement?
I disagree.
I disagree.
You disagree? You don't think it will?
I believe that Twitch as a platform is functionally a monopoly. There is nothing that is capable of doing it. What's going to kill Twitch? You're still going to stream on... People are still going to stream on Twitch. It doesn't matter how draconian the rules get. Outside of outright banning VTubers fundamentally, and even then, they're still going to end up having their e-girls.
So
it's not going to change anything.
His exact tweet is, prediction, Amazon shuts down Twitch within 2 years and sells it, or probably sooner.
Yes.
I just don't see it happening.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay,
I do think Twitch is at too big to fail size.
No, that's the thing. What's the alternative? Kick? Nobody streams on Kick. Kick unironically kind of sucks as a platform. It's just Twitch, but their bots are worse because they show up constantly. It's honestly banning people takes a bit longer than on Twitch because everything moves really slowly for whatever reason. And there's features that have been waiting to appear. We don't even have tags.
Oh,
like we don't have tags.
Somebody in chat said Amazon is what's keeping Twitch alive. I will say the same thing I've said last stream and the same thing I said about YouTube. Is whenever you hear somebody say that Twitch is not profitable and it doesn't make money, they are lying to you. That is Twitch lying to you specifically, because Twitch kind of wants to be seen that way by the public. But when they talk to shareholders, they point out all the advertising revenue they make. They point out all the different people that are funding them. It's the same thing with YouTube. YouTube and Twitch are both profitable. When they release like their earnings reports, The only thing included in those reports are direct payments from users. So the only thing you're seeing in Twitch and YouTube, like financial reports, are people paying for memberships, people sending super chats, and people sending bits on Twitch. That is all you see. Nothing
fair
else
enough.
is included in that report.
Okay, I'm just gonna say on this one over here. Less people getting banned on Kick is not a benefit to the platform. It doesn't make the platform more appealing to anybody who hasn't already been banned off of Twitch.
It
Right.
scares
The
some
only way
people.
people move to Kick is when they get banned. I'm on Kick right now. I stream to Kick. I say all of this as somebody who is just, kind of frustrated with what the platform is. They're trying to attract VTubers, but they're not actually trying to make VTubers do well,
The
Mhm.
problem with not just Kick, but with any startup platform, is the first people that are going to show up to that platform are the people who are banned everywhere else. And whether
Yes.
you guys want to admit it or not, that group of people of banned everywhere else includes a mix of people who genuinely just said the wrong thing one time and people who are genuinely the worst scumbags you have ever met in your entire life.
Johnny Somali.
Yeah, and
Oh,
if
yeah.
you don't deal with the ones that are the worst scumbags you've ever met in your entire life, your entire platform is just going to be filled with the worst scumbags, and it's going to scare away everybody else.
I'm in agreement. I
Oh,
I
God,
think
like,
that
seriously,
Kick is working
freaking-
on that. Now, and I'm not here to shill for Kick because personally, I just don't see very much growth from it currently, or just period.
It's not a good platform. I'm sorry.
I'm not really in agreement or in disagreement with that. I just think that it's interesting. We have seen statistics that Twitch is losing active people watching them. I don't know if that's going to continue.
I don't know if that's Twitch's fault, though. I think that's
What do you
more just people kind of looking into other things. Like, we've already figured it out, but the next generation is far more interested in shorts and TikTok shit.
I don't know. I feel like podcasts are becoming quite a big thing for some people. And not everybody, but like podcasts are being becoming a big thing.
They are, but you have to capture the next generation. And unfortunately, the next generation is retarded.
I won't disagree with you there.
This was a big thing, and I know people are gonna either not know who this is, or they're gonna have like a knee-jerk reaction to him. But it was one thing that Milo Yiannopoulos always said that was correct, and it is every year the average age of the Fox viewer goes up by 1 year, and it's because Fox has never been able to capture the next generation of people. So you would just constantly see their average viewer age going up and up every year, and their average numbers of viewers going down because they were aging out and dying.
Yeah.
Twitch is that on a much earlier scale because the next generation of people is just so like divorced from what Twitch specifically targets. Like, we've talked about this before. On Twitch, you need to stream at least 4 hours, and you get a big jump at 4 hours from Twitch. But with the new like kids, they don't want to watch you more than 30 seconds or a minute. A minute's probably the longest their attention span goes.
Right.
So the idea that they're watching a stream that says 4, 5, 6 hours in the corner of it, most of them are just clicking off and going to TikTok.
Right. So you don't think that... Well, I guess the question is then, are you afraid that this kind of content is going to go out in the future?
I think it's going to be the exact same way. And this is why I'm not worried, by the way. It's going to be the exact same way of Fox News, is they're going to keep it going until all the old user base is dead and gone. So by the time Twitch and YouTube are finally dying off and killing themselves, I'm going to be dying off and myself, so it's not going to matter.
I appreciate that you didn't include the last bit there.
Well, I mean, yeah, but by the time they're tuning out, so am I. It doesn't really
Right.
matter.
Right.
But that's
I know
my
what you mean.
genuine opinion about it. Because it's the way so many other stuff is gone, right? Like, you can complain about radio, but there are still old radio shows playing for the very, like, niche group of old people that grew up on radio. And nobody
Right.
else. and it's being run by other old people who also have that niche love of radio. One day, Twitch might very well sell itself off to an older person who really is just dedicated to streaming, and then that older person is going to keep it going up until the day they die, because they are the very same group that wants to watch stuff on it.
And then it'll get bought up by TikTok or whatever after they're dead.
Possibly.
That's just depressing.
And then the TikTok generation will end up getting phased out for even shorter micro videos that are only 2 frames long.
Well, I think it's interesting because we are seeing these platforms say, oh shit, we might want to get off of the short form content because the thing that sucks is the revenue makers, the thing that actually makes them money is the long form content, and the long form content isn't being consumed anymore. So we are noticing that, like, TikTok is allowing 10-minute videos, and YouTube is allowing 3-minute shorts. So I think to some extent you are correct, but I think that companies are going to try and course correct so that we don't have that much of an issue, because they still want to make money from advertisers.
Oh, the short form content is going to die. Everybody's been saying this. Creators hate it. The platforms hate it.
I don't make short form content explicitly because I do not support what it does to.
Yeah, I don't mind like
That is,
clips every once in a while.
clips are their own thing.
Yeah.
The problem is that TikTok and what have you is explicitly designed to be junk content.
Yeah.
It is a bag of chips for your brain, and it is bad for you, just like a bag of chips.
I've never had it explained to me like that, but I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good way
Well,
to
yeah,
describe
no.
it.
Well, basically, okay, yeah, the way it's compared, it's you can eat it with one hand. You don't really think too much about it as you eat it. Yeah. It's bad for you.
No, fair enough.
But are you guys about ready to tune out for the night? I think we got a good bit of time going.
Hey!
We did.
I'm
We did
never
pretty good.
ready to tune out.
This was fun though. I appreciate you letting me come back.
Thank you for letting me come on. I was for a bit, but too afraid to ask.
Yeah, we'll bring you both back on sometime when Lumi's here. We can have like a big group again.
Yes. I
I need
appreciate
to
that.
pick out a day when me and Shiroi can play some stupid games again.
Hey, new Fortnite season should be dropping soon. I didn't finish the battle pass.
Are you just that tired of the old season?
Yes, I haven't played Fortnite in months.
Fair.
We need to
this-
finally do Mabinogi.
Yeah.
This season sucked. Anyway.
But
I'm
don't
sorry.
forget, guys, we had why can't I remember the name? I'm shit at remembering names. Pull it up in here. Yeah, we had Aurora on earlier, so go follow them. We have Mama Ako, who most of you should know by now, and then we have Shiroi, who is my little friend down here with me. Everybody's linked in the description, specifically to their YouTube channels, so go follow their YouTubes. And I hope you all have a good night. Would you guys like to say good night to everybody?
Good night, everybody.
Night.
Night, yeah.